the first one we're gonna run is, well, we won't use any maps or anything like that for me to have you run around and fight. Instead, I will just explain what's happening. However, at a later, well, next week or a week after that or something like that, I might actually go like, yeah, we're just gonna test it, just to see what players and everyone think, or what I enjoy. So we will. It's kind of open for what you guys want to do. Other than that, you're allowed to go wherever you want when we get started. There's no real limitations, except the first few minutes where you will be thrown to where you're meant to be.
Yep. Happy for you to test out whatever different mechanics or styles of DMing you want. That's totally cool.
Yeah, same here. I mean, I'm always in the. I mean, I've played Theater of Mind. I've played map-based. Theater of Mind is probably better because, or if you don't have a lot of time, because you'll have to remember it. But sometimes it lends to combat positioning and that to have tokens. Sir. Also, maps sometimes bog down the story sense of it. People don't imagine as much. They just visualize what's actually on the board. Like, oh, the rocks actually look like a square. Rather than, oh, the rocks can look like 1,000 different.
Yeah.
And you questions. You need to verify something.
Yeah, and I'm also gonna tell you that I will try to describe things as good as possible. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. If you want more details, or just to give an example, let's say you're in a house and you're fighting in a room with stairs up to a balcony, basically. You can go like, yeah, is there a chandelier? Can I hit it, for example? I mean, I might not describe the chandelier at first, but feel free to ask, and I'm gonna tell you if there's any more details around.
How many veins does this have? I pick it apart.
157.
7. Only trained in 105.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Just make it without the proficiency bonus, I guess. You'll be alright, it's 5th edition.
Yeah. The cat is getting in the bag. Hey, get out of the bag. Get out of the bag. I'm thinking.
Yeah, I right now I have this one map for you to look at. However, you're not gonna run around on that map. Sorry. That's the world map. You're somewhere else. So yeah, you're gonna enjoy watching that one, and there's not gonna be any music because, well, I don't really want to get into legal problems and so on. So I haven't spent that much time looking around for free versions of medieval music and so on.
Are you streaming or recording it?
No, not right now. If I did, I would tell you. It's possible I'm gonna do it at a later state, when, if I decide to continue as a DM, I might do it, but not on the test one.
Well, I'm just gonna let you know I'm streaming and recording it.
Okay, we're all gonna die. No, that's fine.
I don't expect there to be a lot of people on. It's pretty early. Yeah, I mean, it happens. So many people want this.
Yeah.
How many views do you typically get on a stream like this?
It depends, but Usually, if it's a good night, we'll have like 25 or so. Like, I mean, we're kind of around there. Depends on, I mean, popularity of the streamer. Like, I'm working on. I've gotten a couple people to start showing up regularly. The people who are just starting might have a harder time. Plus, you're splitting the views with everyone else.
Sure.
But other than that, we record them and we can upload them to YouTube. So we can. Plus, I can review them because I forget half the things I have my players doing my camp. I think we already got 2 people watching. Elder Nils Christian.
Yeah. Hello.
Hi stream. Hello.
Unless they're just sitting there from the last time I've been streaming.
I don't know.
Yeah, once Jake finishes his character, we're going to be starting up. Welcome to the stream, guys, and I hope you enjoy. I'm going to be playing a bard for the first time ever. Sweet. Papers. What ho? Yes, this is Cal's test campaign. And I am pretty stoked for it. Hopefully Cal breaks out of his shell. Not, not worried too much about how he DMs in it.
Tell me when you're done, Nick, and we will get started.
Yep.
Because I don't think Tracy's. I haven't received a reply from Tracy, so.
We're gonna have to slap Tracy around a bit. Has he even been on the website? Members. Let's see. Yeah, he was last online 12 hours ago.
Yeah, he should be awake. Unless he's like my brother. Then I guess not.
Yeah, I sleep like a freaking log. That's why I stayed up all night.
I don't really sleep or eat. I guess I'm undead or something.
Yeah. Whenever my girlfriend tells me that she's gonna kill me, I always tell her that you can't kill what's already dead. Then she gets annoyed that I say that all the time.
Oh.
I don't get my all. Come on, Jake. So I think Cal's running this more of like theater of the mind. So going to be not really using the map. Talking it up. I'm cool with. Hopefully you guys can hear my mic and everything's working good. It looks like. Hopefully we're not lagging. If we are lagging, that sucks. Woo, it's early. Oh, man. Then I have to run my game at 12 p.m. Hey Calder, who remove player 4 and 5 from my I'm annoying 5 under my guy.
Yeah. What one is it? Did you pick player 4, Nick?
Yeah, I'm using player 4.
There we go. Should be fixed now.
Yep, there you go. Buddy. You gonna lay on the D&D books, huh? Sleep on the player's handbook. Fall asleep. Fall asleep. Hey, I lost my taters. Nice name. We're gonna be starting here in a second. Jake is just rolling his character. Playing a bard. Human bard.
Right, cool. Should be good to go.
Record time. Good job.
Character actually doesn't have any legs.
So, you're done?
Yep, should be fine.
He's not
Okay,
laying on
and
my arm.
everyone is ready. Everyone have something to drink or
Yep.
eat or whatever.
Yeah, my cat's not.
Actually, I might just run and get some water. Actually, give me a second.
What are you looking at, buddy? How's it going, Paul Namakazi? Paul Namakazi.
Okay, here we go. Yeah, and I'm also ready now. So, okay. I haven't actually done this before, so I hope everyone, or the people watching, are fine with me blundering about like a fool. And this is going to be my first campaign that I'm running. It's called Island of the Storms. It's a short one where the players will have a general goal to just survive this place. So, the players are actually going to start off on a boat right now. You're actually on a rowboat heading towards the three-decked boat that's actually heading towards the western continent. You have been hired by the local king to explore and map out the general new continent that they have put settlements on. So you're actually just about to head onto the boat, and there is one guy rowing the boat, a young human male with black hair, and an old guy with gray beard and gray hair wearing a very ragged jacket. It's very calm at this moment, and yeah, you are allowed to talk with each other if you want to. You will reach the boat in a few minutes, and then you will head out. The captain is looking at you guys, and he would like to remind you that you're about to head out to the sea, and that the sea is very treacherous around this area. So if you carry anything heavy, it might be a good idea to put it away.
So we're heading to a boat?
Yeah, you're on a rowboat about halfway out right now. You're actually left from a local town and dock, and you have just been hired and waved off by the local ambassador, diplomat guy in this area. So you're just about to head out.
So we're just about to head out, or we're on the boat heading to the larger boat?
Yeah, you're on the rowboat heading to the main boat that's going to take you west.
Alright, well, I take out my hunting traps and kind of like fidget with them because they're actually pretty heavy. They're 50-pound hunting traps. I'm carrying 2 of them, which weigh 100 pounds.
Okay.
Should I just leave them on the rowboat?
No. It's not that. He just meant that you're going onto a boat. He looks at you with very confused eyes and points to the guy in the chainmail. It might be a good idea. Yeah, I should also note that we're actually bringing him along, hopefully.
Oh, the fighter? Okay.
Yeah. One player is not here, for the people wondering, so we're bringing him along anyway. I'm actually gonna roll for him when we get out. So the fighter
Hey,
takes
Concer.
off his chainmail and actually, Yake maybe.
Yes.
Are you wearing a chainmail?
Nope, I'm wearing scale mail.
Scale mail. Well, yeah, that should be fine actually. So yeah, the captain looks at you guys and he asks if there's anything you're wondering about, if you have any questions. You have traveled these waters many times.
I ask, I'm like, what mission are we on? Why did you bring all of us together?
I'm just the captain, actually. You know, from my understanding, you're about to head out to the settlements in the west to map out the areas over there. You've actually been hired by the king or the government of the kingdom, and you're actually heading to the southwest settlement. It's a completely new for them, continent, and they're mainly there to just map it out, see if there's anything interesting, and within this time frame, there are actually, kind of like Europe back in the days, where they're competing over land in the new areas.
Yeah, definitely. I lean over to the other guys in the rowboat and I'm just like, hey, anyone bring any quells or paper, parchment? I didn't pack any. And I'm like looking through my bag and stuff for like something to write down to map out maps.
My understanding was that we'd meet a professional cartographer. We were there as the defense, or that sort of thing. Is that not correct?
Yeah, you're actually, your task is to both map out the new continent and defend the settlement. So you're actually going to be sent out on hunting parties and just general defenders of the village or town.
All right, I'm gonna brandish one of my scimitars and start sharpening it with my whetstone.
Okay. A few minutes have passed now, so he the captain motions you up on the boat. It's a big, very old, three-decked boat. There is no cannons or anything like that because these guys haven't invented them. But it's a very large boat. It's made for continental traveling between continents, pretty much. It have a crew of about 150 guys, actually. And yeah, you're allowed to climb up if you want to. There's a rope ladder hanging there. You're not gonna need to do any rolls or anything like that. You can climb up if you want to.
All right, I'm gonna look around at the guys in the rowboat before we get on. I'm gonna kind of like, gulp, swallow some spit, because he's like, going onto this large journey, and he's gonna turn to the guys and be like, my name's Bruugan, by the way. After you. And he like leans over and like kind of like motions his hands towards the ropes, allowing other people to walk first.
Okay. Well, Drassi is going to start climbing up. He had quite a lot of things with him, but he managed to do it without any problems.
Yep.
He is waiting at the top and looking around.
Yeah, I'll follow him straight. Follow him up the ladder.
What time of day is it, by the way?
Right now, it is about 2 o'clock.
So it's not dark out yet.
No, not yet.
I'm gonna put my scimitar away after all the other guys climb up, and I am going to start climbing, get up onto the boat.
So I guess I'm like the last one on there. I was like, well, it seems like we don't have the most talkative of groups. Just like half to myself, just muttering, and I guess I'll just finally climb up last with a bit of a huff.
Okay. The captain follows you guys up, and while you're up at the top of the deck, the crew starts to they're using ropes to lift up the small rowboat. And you see that the boat is very large. It have a captain deck, and it have a huge mast. It is also have 4 spare rowboats all in all. And the captain tells you, okay guys, I hope you guys are ready to get settled in. This is gonna take a while for you to travel all the way over there. The captain yells out to one of the cabin boys to show you where your nice living quarters are.
Alright,
I'd stop. I'd stop the captain and say, well, no disrespect meant, friend, but I tend to feel better with solid land under my feet. How long are we scheduled to be on here?
The captain looks at you. You don't like the sea much, do you? Well, I've been traveling ever since I was a young boy. You don't have to really worry about
Thanks for the
much.
follow, cunt.
I've done this trip many times.
In this game.
It takes, depending on the wind, about 1 to 2 weeks. Give or take. So let's say 9 days.
Well, it's not like I'm scared. I just prefer to make my own luck. And from what I understand, the sea has a mind of its own at most times.
Alright, my guy's gonna kind of interrupt them. What does Davrick's character look like? He's like, I just need to know what I'm walking up to.
Sure. So I guess He's a fairly average-looking human, a little bit on the skinny side, maybe also a little bit on the tall side. Not super well kept. Hair and beard. Looks like he's maybe in his mid-20s. He's wearing kind of darkish leather armor. And you can probably see he's got a crossbow or two on his belt.
Okay. He's gonna walk up and he's gonna be like, "Well met, friend. The name's Bruugan Banefist. I'm a bard around these parts, as you can see." And he turns his back, and you can see like a hurdy-gurdy strap to it. Bruugan, by the way, he just to let you know what he looks like. He is like a, how tall is he? Maybe like 5'9", 5'10". Brown, longer hair like down to his shoulders. He has like some stubble on his face. You can see a clear scar across his throat. That looks like someone slashed it or got slashed somehow. He's wearing studded leather armor, cloaks kind of hanging down off him, kind of torn a bit, bracers and such. And looks like he's wearing leather gloves as well to kind of, they look kind of rugged, like he's been using them for a while. And then he's got a backpack strapped on with a mine pick strapped across it and stuff. He's got just pots and pans hanging like that. What looks like maybe he uses those to cook. Got 2 scimitars at each hip, and just pouches sitting on his side to carry gold and such. And so yeah, he walks up to you and he's just like, "Well met. My name's Bruugan." He's like, "I heard you're talking about wobbly legs in the sea," and he kind of wobbles like as he's acting like falling over, and he kind of and smacks you in the chest.
Yeah. It's a pleasure to meet you, Bruugan. I don't know where everybody got this fear from. I'm perfectly fine on the boat. It's not like a wave could come at any time, flip us over, and we'd all just drown. Yeah.
And Brugan's gonna look out at the waves. He's like, it doesn't look too blustery, does it?"
No, you don't have to worry. There are some very big waves out there, but it should be fine. Like I said, we have done this travel many times. You don't really have to worry. Drasi is also going to follow the cabin boy and wait for you guys by the door. And the captain is motioning you to, go and if you want to unpack your things or do something.
Did you, Davrix, did you ever tell my guy your name?
I was about to, yeah. I was like, how impolite of me. I'm Rickard, but everyone calls me Sevens when I put out a hand.
He's gonna firmly shake your hand. He's gonna be like, "Sevens, you play cards?"
No, actually. It wasn't a nickname of my choosing. Maybe I'll tell you about it sometime.
And he's going, "All right, sevens. I like that." And he
All right,
continues to follow, the cabin dude.
Yep.
Okay, the cabin boy leads you down into down a bunch of stairs and through 2 long hallways with many doors, and he stops in front of one of them. It looks a bit old, like it's not being used for living quarters normally. He opens doors and motions you to get in. Inside there is a few beds, 6 beds actually. A small table, a few chairs around the round table, and two dressers in the middle of the room.
Do I notice? So, like, I got 2 questions. Do I notice the captain's carrying anything on his persons as far as pouches and or keys go? And also, do I notice any doors that have not been opened yet?
First of all, it's the cabin boy, that's leading you. The captain is up on top of the
Oh,
ship.
my bad.
So,
Well, then the cabin boy, yes.
yeah, the cabin boy is carrying a short, normal legging clothes, very baggy. He's wearing very basic leather boots and something that looks like a t-shirt. He's also wearing a blue ribbon on his arm with a golden stripe on it.
Okay.
That is mostly for decoration according to your local lore. It's mainly for them to recognize each other in a battle.
Okay.
Other than that, he's carrying a few keys, and he's also carrying a small pouch on his red leather, cloth belt. Yeah, let's call it belt. Satchel, maybe would be the right word.
Okay. I'm gonna kind of like, as he's showing us the room or whatever, I'm gonna shift my eyes over towards him. I've got my eyes kind of like pinned on the ribbon, the pouch, and maybe the keys, and I'm gonna walk up to him as I'm like drinking from one of my water skins, and I'm gonna accidentally slip and spill a little bit on him and be like, "Oh, sorry," and pull out like a rag or my shirt and just kind of try to wipe him off. But at the same time, I'm gonna try to lift the ribbon off his arm. So with the sleight of hand.
Okay, I'm actually going to do something a little bit different. This guy is kind of new to the crew, so you are allowed to roll both a deception and a sleight of hand. The deception is to see how well you perform and if you can trick him, and the sleight of hand is what are you targeting? Anything specific, by the way?
Well, yeah. So like the deception, I guess. Well, I guess based on my performance, I was originally I was gonna do a couple passes, maybe over a certain amount of time, but the first pass was just at the ribbon, probably tied to his arm or whatnot. I'm not sure how it was strapped together, but
Yeah, it's tied to the arm. It's kind of like a rubber. They pull it. Well, normally they have just a band basically, but this guy have a ribbon because of his low rank.
yeah. So I I spill some of the stuff on him accidentally and just kind of dab up towards his arm, or like maybe I spilt a little bit on the ribbon, something, and then I just kind of tried to very slightly while distracting him. And I rolled pretty bad, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How visible would that
While you manage
end up
to
being?
fool him, he lets out a squeaking sound, almost like a high-pitched noise. He isn't ready for that. And while you're helping him, you accidentally make the keys fall down on the ground, which he, of course, notices. Are you gonna do anything, or?
Wait, I'm cleaning him and he makes a squeaking sound?
Yeah, no, when you spill the drink on him,
Oh,
it's like,
okay.
"Eek!" I'm not very good at acting.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna go. I'm
like
gonna
a
be like,
shocked sound. He wasn't ready to have a drink pulled over him.
all right. Well, seeing that the keys fell, I'd be like, oh, sorry, and knowing that I wasn't able to lift the band off him, I'm gonna lean down, grab the keys, and hand them to him.
Yeah, he takes the keys and thanks you and say that it's no worry. He have an extra pair of clothes in his cabin.
All right, and as he's is he walking away from me at this point? Because I want to do one more thing before he gets out
No,
of.
he is by the door, and Drasi have already entered and turned around to look at the commotion. And he is by the door. He's waiting for you guys to head in. So
All right. Well, yeah. So I'm waiting for him to turn around and walk, but as he's doing that, I'm gonna have my back to him and lean my hand backwards to pouch off his belt.
okay, that's
So
fine.
I'm covered, to make sure the other guys don't see me do it, and I'm covered behind his back so he doesn't see.
Yeah. Well, he say if there's anything you need, just tell me, and he starts to walk off.
I'm like, thanks, buddy.
Oh, and by the way, he says over his shoulder, I live 4 doors down, so that's my room. So if I'm not there, you can just find me up on the deck. Are you gonna do anything else, or?
Well, I mean, yeah, as he's walking, away from me.
he-
What?
And then you need to roll again if you want to do another slide.
Yeah, I was just wondering what, sleight of hand again?
Yeah.
Oh my god,
Yeah,
dude.
you completely fail, and he's actually getting a little bit annoyed at you now. He, like I said, he don't really have a lot of experience. He have mainly been on a boat, and they don't really steal from each other on this boat. So he isn't really sure what you're trying to pull, but now he's like, "Oh, come on now, dude! Please, just stop doing that."
Like, sorry,
annoying.
it's the boat shaking back and forth. I'm not used to it. Sea legs, and I'm gonna do the same shake that I did on top.
Yeah.
And then I'm,
Yeah,
I'm gonna walk into the room, get closer to the other guys, kind of sit down on whatever stool or chair is there, and prop my legs up on something.
Yeah, okay. You're actually allowed to describe each other if you talk to each other and describe your characters at this moment if you want to. You're also allowed to say if you want to go out and talk to anyone or have a conversation with someone. You're also allowed to explore the boat if you want to. If you don't, I'm going to fast forward it, so it's kind of up to you.
All right. Well, I personally, my character is gonna, sit down, take a look over at. I don't know if Consular Jack's character's in here yet, but he's gonna take a look around. He knows Davrix's character, so he sees Sevens, and then he's looking at the other mysterious figure aside from Tracy. Hey there, buddy. Bruugan Banefist. He's gonna lean in to give him a handshake. What's your name?
Are you talking to Drassi or?
Consular Jack.
Oh.
My guy sort of just sort of looks up, doesn't really extend the hand, just sort of mutters under his breath. So my name's Hyle.
Hey, Hyle. Hope you guys don't mind if I play a tune. And he pulls out his hurdy-gurdy, starts tuning it. Says, I heard my music makes trips a lot smooth.
We'll see. As long as you're good at it, I guess it'll be okay.
He's like warming his voice up too. At the same time he's playing the hurdy-gurdy. He's like, me, 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 me.
I'd be good at singing. But it does look like somebody didn't agree with it, friend. I'd gesture towards the slash on his throat. It's like, hope you've improved since then.
He says, well, this slash, and he's like touching the slash on his, wasn't caused by someone who didn't like my music, but someone who didn't like my family. Kind of puts the hurdy-gurdy slowly down on the table, taking a bit more of a serious tone, as the guy mentioned. As Sevens mentioned that.
It was nothing more than a light jest. No disrespect, man. Sorry, I'm just... Like I say, bones don't sit well with me. And the jokes, they happen. Yeah.
Because I like your style. Kind of like. Are there any like coins or anything around?
Is that a question for me or?
Yeah, it's a question for you. Like I'm asking because the room, I know there's like common dressers, drawers, and all that stuff in here, right?
Yeah, you're allowed to look around if you want to.
Oh yeah, my
You
guy's
can't.
gonna kick back, out of the seat that he's in, and kind of whistle as he walks around to check the room. I'm gonna start opening drawers and cabinets. I'm
You're
gonna start
allowed
with
to do a perception check if you want to.
Perception. Boom. The rolls are not with me today.
Yeah. From the looks of it, this room have been emptied, and you don't find anything.
All right. Well, as he opens up whatever available space there, like this one's mine, and starts putting some of his gear in there, like hunting traps because they're heavy. Puts them away in whatever larger container, maybe like a wardrobe or something, sitting in there. So he hangs up
Right.
like his backpack in there, just kind of shakes it off, like shakes his body, kind of like ooh, the weight off my shoulders.
Yeah.
I guess as you're like wandering around, I'd probably just like slightly lean towards Hyle and just be like, "Well, looks like we're not going to be bored."
It's it'll be interesting. We'll see.
I'll shrug.
Sometimes boredom is the best thing.
Yeah.
I suppose I'd look kind of puzzled at you saying that.
Hey,
but...
how's it going, Torchlock? It's hard to see your name. It's like that bright
Yeah,
green. If you could change it, that'd be awesome.
It's been a while now. You have been talking around about general stuff and, just taking it easy. And there's a knock on the door, and you're informed by the cabin boy that food will be served to you in your quarters in an hour.
All right, my guy kind of like fist pumps. He's like, "What type of food are we getting?"
You're getting fish and some fruit.
Love fish, and he reaches in his bag. He pulls out. What do I?
It should be noted this isn't really a luxury cruise, so the kingdom have paid for your trip and so on. So you're not gonna have to eat any of your rations if you don't want to.
All right, yeah, my guy's not pulling out rations. He's pulling out his book, a huge book that he pulls out of his bag, slams on the table. He's like, "Anyone have a running utensil on them I could use?" It's still the same color. There should be like a gear bottom left of the chat. You click and change your color.
Boy say, yeah, if you want, I can go and get one. We
Yeah,
should have a few to spare.
Thanks, buddy.
Yeah,
Kinda
so
waves to
he
him.
closed the door, and yeah, you can hear him walk down the hallway. About 15 minutes later, he knocks on the door, or someone knocks on the door, and the cabin boy looks into the room, and yeah, he's carrying the just normal black
refresh.
oil and a pencil. Do you need anything else, sir?
No, not this time. Thank you. And I'm gonna get up and grab carefully from him to make sure that nothing spills and it doesn't fall. And I'm gonna take another seat.
Yeah, it have a cork on it. It's a glass bottle with a cork on it. So.
Well, I'm gonna pop that cork off.
It's a feather pencil, so.
Alright, I'm gonna pop that cork off, dip it in there, hold it up to the light, and then start writing a book.
Okay. Do anyone else want to do something, or shall we fast forward? Unless you want to go out exploring.
I'm not particularly interested in going anywhere. I'd rather sit stationary and try and get used to the waves. I'd maybe ask Bruugan what he's writing about, because there's nothing really else going on.
And I'm gonna lean over to Sevens and be like, I'm writing about our journey. And be like, see, I drew a picture of you and Heil. And it's like both them sitting next to each other as they were leaning over, speaking with one another, and I drew like a little bubble. I'm wearing armor. I don't know what Heil looks like, so I don't know what does Heil look like?
Heil's a very average-looking man. He's a human, like 5'8", 190 pounds, short hair. Very unremarkable.
Right, well, he's gonna just draw a picture of him, write down we had it's like you can see written in there. It's like the group, the party, the adventuring company had fish! Exclamation mark.
Huh. Quite a likeness of me. You've got some talent there, friend.
Yeah, and then if this is out of character, if I'm talking too much or if I'm taking too much of a lead role and you guys want to say more stuff, just let me know.
Will do. I'm fine for now. I'm
Okay.
not particularly comfortable yet. My character, that is.
Okay, well, it's kind of uneventful. The cabin boy comes around with food, and it's starting to get late now.
Alright, test your thing now, Torch. Let me
So-
see.
Yeah, if you're allowed to do something if you want to, go to bed or explore. If not, we're just gonna skip ahead.
Yeah, no, I think
Let's
that's pretty standard.
Yeah, I'm down for whatever the group wants to do. I mean, my guy would most likely try to get some shut-eye, or he probably's a bit tired from the travel thus far, and also just how much energy carrying things around and such.
Yep, I want to get it over with as fast as possible, being on the boat, so I guess I'll try and sleep through as much as I can.
Yeah, you notice that surprisingly the bed is clean, all things considered. Better than some of the inns some of you guys have been to. And you fall asleep, and yeah, nothing really happens. You don't notice anything, and nothing wakes
Do I
you up.
dream of anything or haven't?
No, not at this moment. It's a very uneventful night, and it's day 2.
Are we sleeping in the same bed or are there multiple beds?
Multiple beds, 6 beds. There's 2 straight ahead of the door and 2 on each side of the right and left wall. So yeah, day 2, and yeah, you can hear some commotion, but
How's it going?
nothing.
NZ.
It's more like people waking up, walking around. It's like the shift. Half of the people are awake at night and half of them at the day. So, yeah, there's nothing really happening. The water are calm, and the captain knocks on the door. And with a voice he goes, "So, how are you guys doing here? Have you come to agreement with the sea yet?" He laughs for a bit and takes a drink from his silver canister.
I guess I'm probably looking a little bit just unwell feeling still. I guess it's pretty obvious that I've not been on a boat before, and I'm like, I'm getting a bit more used to it. Thanks, Captain. But yeah, I'm gonna stay below decks for the most part, if that's okay.
Bruugan sits up from his bed and just starts spewing vomit.
Yeah, he starts laughing and say, "Well, you guys are going to have to clean that up, just so you know." While this is happening, Drassi is. You can almost see the color of his face change. He's lying there on the bed, green and not really moving.
Do you throw up on him? I feel like you should throw up on him.
It was like projectile vomit, so I don't know how far it got. But,
no, you just throw up.
Alright, well, Bruugan's gonna be like, "What type of fish did you feed us, man?"
Normal. No one else is sick, so you just have to get used to the water.
And he's like, "What are you?"
Younglings nowadays.
Bruugan's gonna be like, "What are you talking about? Look at that guy!" And he points over to the guy in the chainmail because he just.
Drassi, but yeah. Yeah, it looks like you haven't been on the sea ever, so.
Alright, well, yeah, Bruugan's gonna stumble out of the bed, find whatever materials he can to clean up the vomit that's now, like, spilled probably on the walls and stuff. Down as much as he can. He also has soap.
Whereabouts is the vomit?
In front of his bed.
So it's like on the floor?
Yeah, mainly on the floor.
Yeah, he's got, I have bars of soap as well. So I'm gonna try to mix whatever, I don't know if they gave us water or anything, but like mix water with that, use like a cloth to try to like make sure it doesn't stink in the cabin.
Yeah, there is a barrel of fresh water, but you're not allowed to use that. So the captain yells for a cabin boy to go out and fetch some seawater for you. So the cabin boy comes running with a new open barrel with seawater in it.
I go, thanks boy. Yeah, I'll be like, place it right there. I point down to the floor towards like where the vomit is. I'm like, I'll handle it from here.
He rolls his eyes and leaves the room. The captain is like, yeah, well, we still have many days to travel yet, so... He laughs for himself. Good luck. And he closes the room and laughs as he heads up the hallway back up to the deck.
Alright, before I clean the floor, I'm gonna hopefully there's a couple different rags that I'd be able to use somewhere, but I'm gonna dip one in the I'm gonna be like, hey guys, now the captain's gone, dip this in the fresh water, put it on that guy's head, looking pretty wheezy, and I'm gonna down into the dirty water or whatever and start lathering soap up and clean the floor and that.
Yeah. Are you guys gonna do anything else during the day? No one? Okay. Yeah. Do you want to do something?
Well, I was just going to say, Jack was going to say something like a little while ago. I'm concerned that this is moving incredibly quickly. There's not much opportunity for us to react to things.
Oh, sorry. I will slow down a little bit.
I just wanted to make you aware that not having time to formulate my thoughts at the moment.
Yeah,
Okay,
so Caldernick, just one good thing, like this is what I learned when I was DMing, just let the players talk for the majority of the time. Like you don't even have to worry about it. That'll give you time to think about what happens in the future. Like force your players to roleplay, force your players to talk by just not talking. Make them.
Yeah, okay. I have noted that in my mind, and I will slow down for a bit and so on. Like I said, I'm new, so don't kill me.
No, everything's
But
fine.
feedback is welcome.
I understand this is a non-eventful part of the story, so we want to get through it. But
how's it going, guys?
yeah,
Make sure you
I
hit that
feel
follow
like
button if you want to be
maybe
eligible
there
for
was
game
there were times
giveaways
where
and such.
had a
check out
chance
our
to speak,
guild,
and I
you
just
want
didn't
to join in on the D&D
anybody to feel like
tabletop fun.
they weren't having the opportunity to.
Well, Drasse, I can't really do a lot with him except to throw him around. So
Well, you know what, Caldernick, you don't
Haven't
even
thrown up
have
one.
to play as him, do anything with him. You can just say he tags along. We don't even have to worry about like his actions. Just
Ah,
know that
okay.
if he comes back, he'll be where we're.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, that's fine then. We'll do that. But yeah, it's about half day on the second day, and you're allowed to do or talk or whatever you want to do.
I guess by this point, Hyle would probably get a bit bored. Go out and open the door, explore under the boat.
I'd probably like stop you actually. I'd be so Hyle, you've not really said very much about yourself. What's that you've got around your neck?
Not much to tell, to be honest. It's just a necklace.
Do you not have your holy symbol displayed anywhere on your gear?
No, it would be around my neck.
Okay. I'd probably that's why that's why I was sort of alluding to. Yeah, I don't know much about the gods. What's yours all about?
It's a good question. I didn't actually think of God. It might have been helpful. Give me 1 second.
Sorry.
I should just note that in this setting, well, it don't really matter that much, but in this setting, gods work a little bit different than normal DM, even if the worlds are connected. The gods give the priest or some mages or sorcerers and so on power, and the gods do walk around on the planets. And there have been a great war a long time ago. However, depending on what god you're following, which I can't really go into detail, but later on, if I do continue with the campaign, I will give you guys more details about stuff like that. But right now, as a clerk,
I mean, is there
you're
a
allowed
specific
pretty much.
god
You
of
can
like
just name
thunder or
whatever
something?
god you want, because that's easier actually.
While Bruugan is cleaning, he's gonna start knocking on the wood, or like on the wall, on the floor, to find any hollow spots that he hears.
You're allowed to roll a perception if you want.
What the hell, man? I'm trained in these. How am I rolling so low?
Yeah, you don't find or hear anything.
Am I done cleaning yet?
Yeah, you are. It's been a few hours now, so unless you threw up half the ocean, it should be fine.
No, yeah. So whenever I'm done, I'm gonna stand up and kind of, walk over towards Isle and Sevens. Like, see how much vomit that was?
Unfortunately,
Unfortunately, I did.
You two are very unfortunate.
yeah. I guess as everyone's getting up and starting to walk around and do things, I'm still just hanging around in bed, pretty much, just lying there, pulled maybe my own book out of my bag. I'm not writing, I'm just clearly reading.
Okay.
Well, yeah, Hyle's gonna head outside and have a look around.
I'm gonna follow Hyle pretty closely. Not like so close that it's awkward, but like, just kind of slightly behind him.
Okay. Do you go right or left?
What do I see when I go outside, I guess?
Yeah, you just see a hallway. You're most likely in the middle of the ship. Right and left, there's many doors, and so on.
Well, do I remember the way back up to the deck?
Yeah,
when we
if you
first came
go
down?
to the right, you will find the stairs up and if you go to the left, you assume that there's a stair to the stairs leading down. There's also many closed doors along the way, and nothing's really open.
Before he even gets to the end of the hallway, I'm gonna get real close to him. Are there doors lining the hallway right and left hand side?
Yeah, there's.
Okay, I'm gonna get real close to Heil, and I'm gonna run full force into one of these doors. Maybe one on the right hand side.
Okay, roll. Well, I'm not even sure.
I
let's
can just roll a
say-
strength.
Yeah. Just roll a strength. Okay. Well, the door slams open and you fall flat on your head because the door wasn't even locked.
Oh my god. As I look up, is there anyone in there or anything?
No. The room is very similar to the one you have. Same type of beds. A few more drawers and a candle on the table. There's, however, no chairs. It looks like a storage room also.
Alright, I'm gonna kick the door shut while I'm still on the ground and push myself up off the ground, stand on my feet, and go through everything that's in there, like drawers and cupboards, like I did in the other one. Try to find any sort of key or gold or any sort of valuables that remain.
Okay, Heil, how was your reaction to
Was the
Bruugan
door
just-
damaged at all? Like, did he
No,
break
but
the door?
it's
Just opened
just
it?
smashed open and yeah. You, from your perspective, he just ran straight into
Just
a
ran
door.
through a door.
Yeah,
I
ran through a
turn
door.
to Bruugan and say, I could have opened the door for you if you just asked, and then I'll use thaumaturgy to like slam the door shut again.
Oh, I already kicked it shut.
Well, this is
I'll just
happening
like
around.
slam it open and shut again just to demonstrate I could have opened the door.
I'd be like, just a
Just as
precaution.
Okay. All right, so you can roll a perception check if you want.
Oh my god. Might as well just be blind.
Yeah, you don't find anything. It's empty.
If I see Bruugan looking around, I'll help him out.
So you're also gonna roll.
Yeah, I'll have a look around.
Okay.
The
Is
door's
there
shut,
anything in
though.
particular that you're looking for?
I'm gonna be like, just the
No,
odd
you
knick-knack.
You don't find anything either. The room is empty from what you can tell.
I'm gonna be like, hey, Heil, wanna check the other rooms?
They're probably all going to be empty. What are we looking for?
I don't know, it's this game I like to play. It's called Find the Stuff.
Called Rob the Ship.
Like, maybe you're right. We'll go to the top of the ship.
I can't imagine the captain would be too happy if he found out you were robbing him. I don't know how well you can swim.
Touche. I'm gonna continue following Heil.
Yeah, I'm gonna walk up to the deck.
Okay. You head up to the floor above this one and head straight to the corridor. And a very stern-looking guy looks out from one of the doors and asks you to be quiet. They've been awake all night and you need to stop doing so much commotion.
I use thaumaturgy again to make my voice boom really loud and say, okay, I'm sorry, like as loud as I possibly can.
Bruugan's gonna cover
Yeah,
his
when
ears
you're
as he's
doing
yelling.
that, another door opens and he yells for you to be quiet.
Yeah, I just repeat the same action.
They look to the Bruugan and ask, hey, have you been dropped on his head at some point?
He's asking, who's asking me? People out of the-
The guy with the stern face that's looking out one of the doors at you two.
I'm going to cast a spell.
Okay.
I'm gonna grab my necklace. I'm gonna whisper into it and cast Unseen Servant. I'm gonna give him the command to slam the door on that guy's like hand or head.
Yeah, the door slams on his hand, and you can hear him start to swear. Go back into his room. The other guy looks very confused as to what just happened. But yeah, just be quiet.
I
He shuts
continue
his
to,
door also.
I continue to use thaumaturgy to speak really loudly and say, do you need medical attention? I can help you.
I'm gonna turn over to Heil and be like, he must have been dropped on his head.
I high five Bruugan.
After he high fives me, like, or while I'm saying that, like, just before he high fives me, I strum the hurdy-gurdy, like, you know, he must have been dropped on his head. Blew! And then, like, high five him.
My shenanigans sense goes off from within the room.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure you'd hear that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think everyone did.
I guess
Yeah.
I continue to head up to the deck.
Bruugan turns over to the side after staring down the hallway for a bit, and he's gonna be like, "Good job, buddy," as he points to nothing.
You can roll a perception check if you notice that.
No, that's fine.
Okay. Well, in that case, you don't really notice it. From what you can tell, he just pointed at nothing for no real reason. And yeah, you guys head up to the top of the deck. The captain is standing there looking out. It's a very clear day. The sun is shining. There's a few white birds flying around that you don't really know what they are. There's also a lot of people going around doing just daily things like washing the deck and cleaning and carrying stuff around.
I'm gonna go over to the edge of the ship. Fishing tackle. And use it to kind of like fashion up like a spool of like string and stuff like fish. I think that it also includes rod. Something like that. Okay, I'm just gonna fish off the edge of the boat.
Okay. Is there anything specific you hope to catch, or?
I mean, I'm just fishing for game. So like, if I get like something big, I'm gonna be like, "Whoa, guys, look what I caught!" Or I'm just
Okay,
gonna look for something for sustenance or to give chef.
Okay. You can roll just a flat at 20. Yeah, your line snaps. You are almost pulled into the water also. However, one of the crewmen that's just walking past managed to catch you before you fall down.
So was it the fishing line or the fishing rod that snapped?
The fishing line. He almost got pulled down with him, as he felt a very heavy tug on the... is it called tug? No, well, whatever. He just felt a great force pull on the fishing line, and he almost got pulled down. But one of the guys
I see this
catches
happen,
him.
I want to like investigate the water and see if I can see this giant fish or whatever it might be.
Yeah, you can roll perception.
You guys, welcome to the stream. How's it going?
Yeah, you see this big, dark thing underwater. It looks like it's about 8 meters long, and yeah, it's quite big. And however, it's not really doing anything except just swimming along.
I want to cast Sacred Flame at the fish thing. Fish.
Okay. What do Sacred Flame do?
That's a good question.
Morning, true man. How's it going?
Yeah, like I said, I haven't actually checked your
Opened.
spells and so on.
Oh, yeah, flame-like radiance descends on a creature that you can see within range. The target must succeed on a dexterity saving throw or take 1d8 radiant damage. Target gains no benefit from cover for this saving throw. So it's a 60-foot range. I don't know how tall the boat is.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Let's see then. There's no to hit for you, right?
No, it just has to make a dex save, and my modifier would be 13.
Yeah. You torch the poor fish, and it floats up to the top of the water.
Yeah, it takes 7 damage.
Yeah, it's dead.
Quickly
I
reel it up
turn over
here.
to Bruugan and say, you can probably catch it now.
Because I know they pull things up like they're the side of the ship. Do they have any fishing gear that I can see? Like any nets or anything?
Yeah, they actually have this crane-looking thing that they also use for fishing and heavy things. However, the captain looks at you and is like, no, we're not bringing that on board.
Like, well, I'll just call you guys a good meal. That would probably catch you a hefty price in town.
If I can, I want to walk up to the crane and see, like, just look at the controls and see if it's simple enough to operate.
Yeah, you can do. I don't even know what to call that. Just do a roll, 20 roll, to see if you have any knowledge of this kind of machine.
Could I roll like an intel check to see if I'm smart enough to work it out?
Yeah, exactly.
And while he's doing that, I'm gonna turn over to my unseen servant and be like, "No, what are you talking about? I've seen that fish before. I had it." And then I'm gonna turn around and be like, "Hey, Sevens, you see this fish?" Because like he's not
at
out
this
there
point, you're on deck. I'm back in the room. I don't know. Would I hear it?
yet. I'm just yelling for him.
You can do your own check to see if you hear it. You can do a perception. Or, well, are you doing something else, actually?
I'm
You
just
were reading a book, right?
Yeah.
How
I'll just
much
find out if
Yeah, well, you don't hear anything.
I am dead to the world. I've fallen asleep. I'm having.
You're so immersed in the book that you're like envisioning it in your head.
Yeah, I don't know what's real anymore. I think I'm really in this land or whatever it's about. I don't know.
I think
Yeah,
I feel
my
like
book,
it's a future police thriller.
I think my book is still back in the room too. So are you reading my book or someone else's book?
Nah, it's just mine. I've just got stuff to keep me entertained.
Yeah, and Hill is... he can figure out how this works. It's kind of easy. There's 4 levers, so...
Alright, yeah, I start trying to, like, wheel in the fish.
I'm gonna distract the captain while he's doing it. So I'm going to command my servant to pull the captain's pants down.
Okay, you can roll for your unseen servant, actually.
It's like a D20 or something.
Yeah, well, actually, no, roll your stats, but with either deception or performance. It's up to you. And...
I'll do.
Or no, actually, not sleight of hands. That's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, you managed to pull his pants down, and he's like, "What the hell?" Which is actually kind of good roll because you needed 18 or higher to actually be able to do that.
Nice.
So, good job. And he is starting to try to pull his pants up and so on. And let's see. Yeah, are you trying to get the fish up on the boat?
Yeah, I'm trying to get the fish.
Yeah, you managed to hook the fish into the net, and or you're raising it up on the boat. So you have this giant 10-meter fish on the boat now. The entire crew is looking at you guys like.
Alright, I want to. Is the hook still in its mouth, like from when it snapped Bruugan's line?
It's actually not in the mouth. It's in the fin.
Okay, cool. I want to unhook it and like grab the fishing line. And I want to go over to Bruugan and say, "Do you want me to fix this for you?"
Like, be awesome. And I hand him the
Okay.
fishing pole with the broken fishing line.
Yeah, cool. I'll use mending to like reattach the line together.
Yeah, the crew is now gathering around and saying, "Good job. That's a nice catch." Captain is not really happy, both for the fact that for some reason he dropped his pants, and for the other reason that you completely ignored what he said.
I just turn to the captain and say, maybe next time we can try using your tackle.
He shakes his hand and just tells you to go down and leave this to the people that know what they're doing.
Can I try and pick up the fish?
Sure, you can. You roll a strength.
Hey, by the way,
Yeah, you're not even lifting his fin.
Damn.
It's everyone starts laughing around you because it's like this hilarious scene with one guy just trying to lift this giant fish.
Do I notice the person that starts laughing first?
Everyone do.
Okay.
Not around the same time, but if you want to check, you can do a perception if you see who it is.
Yeah, I want to do a perception, see if I can find like the ringleader.
Yeah, go for it. No, you don't. You don't see the guy that might be a group leader or something like that, or who started laughing.
I sort of reflect for a second.
Yeah. Well, anyway, the captain walks down and just tells you to go back into your room, and he looks at the fish and goes like, "I'll give you a payment later on when we get to our destination, but please don't do this stuff again. There are a lot of dangerous things in the water around these parts, so don't, please."
I turn to the captain and say, "I promise not to do any more fishing if you promise not to strip ever again." And I want to use strip as a command word.
Okay. You're allowed to. I think that's. What is it? Is
Will
it a
save,
wisdom?
isn't it? Yeah, wisdom.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a wisdom save.
Yeah.
did you you used command as you said it?
Yes, in that sentence, I use
Oh
strip
my
as a
God.
command word.
Okay.
While he's doing this, I'm studying the way the captain looks. By the way, I'm sitting back, kind of just studying him as I put my fishing rod away.
Yeah. Yeah. It fails.
Damn.
He's
Okay.
not really doing anything. He's just looking at you with very angry eyes. Just get down there, he say.
I'm gonna be like, "Come on, Hale, let's go."
People that have no respect in moments for himself.
I start walking back downstairs and say, I prefer my fish fried.
Nice. I'm gonna, as we're walking down the hallway, I'm gonna cut back into that open door that was there, close it, and my unseen servant follows me in as well. But I'm going to cast disguise self.
Yeah.
And
okay,
I want to make
sure.
myself look like the captain.
Sure.
All right. Once I'm disguised, I'm going to exit the door, and before exiting, I'm gonna peek out, look right, look left. Do I see anybody coming down the hallway?
No, not at this moment.
All right, I'm going to sneak out, and I'm going to head over to door number 4, where that cabin boy.
Okay. So you're standing in front of the door. What you gonna do now?
I am going to knock on the door.
There's no answer.
Going to have my unseen servant knock on the door.
There's no answer.
I'm going to test the handles.
The door opens.
What do I see when I head inside? Same as the other rooms?
This room is looks like it's something that the lower ranked cabin boys have, the younger crew, and it's just this one have 4 beds and 2 dressers, and
Since he...
a very small table in one of the corners.
Alright, due to his inexperience, I would like, as Bruugan would notice, he would be looking around to see if boy left the keys or any pouches or anything behind, because maybe he's forgetful, he might be forgetful as a kid.
You can do a let's see. You can do a perception check. Look around. Yeah, you find his pouch, and you also find 1 gold coin under one of the dressers.
Very cool. Can I open the pouch real quick to see what's inside?
Yeah. You find 8 silver coins.
All right, I'm going to take the pouch and gonna hook it on my belt, along with my other pouch.
Okay.
Anything else within the room that is worth noting?
No, there are some beds. They're not really. It looked like they haven't made the beds or anything like that. It's just a little bit of chaos in the room. Not very nice looking and so on.
Okay, it doesn't look like anyone's been attacked in there or anything.
No,
Yes.
not that kind of. More like youngsters not cleaning after themselves type of deal.
Okay, I'm gonna exit the room in a normal fashion, so like I'm supposed to be. I'm gonna be postured up, heading out the door and making towards the...
Okay, so you're heading back to your room.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. While you're walking, one guy actually, yeah, an older veteran. By the looks of it, he have a golden cross on his ribbon. Walks past you. Roll deception. Yeah, you manage. He don't really take any real notice of it. He just nods towards you and continues on his way.
Okay, just to let you know, for disguise self, it has listed on here to see through your disguise must succeed in investigation, intellect check against spell save. In case you wanted to use that, you can still use the same thing.
Well, it's fine. He have a flat number and the creature failed it, so to speak.
Alright, cool. Yeah, that's just from the spell. I'm just informing you, so future tense you can...
Yeah. So yeah, you head back to your room, and Drassi is still in the bed, looking like he's in hell or something.
Alright, well, I'm going to enter the room and to say, "What are you guys doing?" I slam the door behind me.
I think I'm so engrossed in my book still that I don't notice you come in, even though you slam the door. That's how I'm interpreting that one.
Yeah, you're still reading the book. Drassi is not really paying any attention to you.
You still look. Sorry, Bruugan still looks like the captain, correct?
Yeah.
Yep, I'm gonna give my unseen servant the command to take the book away from Sevens, and just
Okay.
place it on the table further away from him.
I'm not expecting anyone to take it, so I'm just like, huh? Oh, Captain.
The book, by the way, the book is floating midair and just lands on the ahead of you.
I'd be like, I guess as it did that, then I'd be like, I didn't realize we were with any wizards. What's this about? Oh, Captain. Hi. What brings you down here?
And I'm gonna be like, this brings me down here, and I slam my fist on his book. How can you read that smut? What book is it, by the way?
It's probably just like an adventure book, like a like, of some sort of other folk hero and his dealings, like in the past 100 years. I don't know. That's the sort of thing I like to read. I'd be like, I'm not sure what you're talking about, sir. There's no questionable content in this.
Yeah, while you're talking, you can roll a perception check. All of you.
Including myself.
Yeah, everyone.
I'm not super perceptive, even with my bonus.
Yeah,
Oh.
you hear footsteps coming down the stairs, and you can make out that it's probably the cabin boy from how the sound is.
Can I ready in action?
So you hear him. He's walking down the hallway right now.
Okay, if I hear him like stop in front of the door, I want to use Thaumaturgy to blow the door open.
I'm gonna get on alongside the wall, not like leaning up against it, but I'm gonna step like to the right or to the left, and just kind of stand off center. So when he opens it, sees Sevens book.
Yeah. Okay. Well, he's outside the door right now.
Yeah, I want to make the door blow open. Like whichever
Okay.
direction it opens, if it opens in or out, whatever.
It blows inwards, and the guy. It opens towards the room, and on the other side, Bruugan is standing. So, is that a spell, by the way?
Yeah, it's a cantrip.
Okay, what was it called?
Thaumaturgy.
Ah, okay. Yeah, just about as the cabin boy is about to reach for the handle, the door slams open and hits Bruugan.
I say, oh, sorry, Captain.
The cabin boy looks confused into the room. And he's like, "What, Captain? What's going on here?"
From behind the door, I'm going to knock off my disguise, so still kind of hidden behind. Turn off my disguise. Ow, ow, ow! Kind of like acting if it didn't hurt that much. Come from behind the door. I'll be like, "Oh, it's just something we've been playing around with." He calls me Captain. I call him Cabin Boy. You know, it's something we do.
He looks at you guys like, "Okay, well, yeah, I'm just here to inform you that the weather is probably going to be a little bit worse tomorrow, but you don't really have to worry. Just wear light things and so on. That's all. It's actually a bit late now. You're about to. Oh, he say, but before he leaves, I'm gonna come by with food in a little bit. So
I expect a large helping of that fish I caught.
he's like, yeah, they are not really going to eat it at this moment.
So, why not?
Like the captains, I think, said, hey, we are probably going to sell it back in the settlement. And right now, one of the chefs are actually storing the fish by salting it. So we already have other fish that we need to eat first.
Which way to the kitchen, Cowboy?
Yeah, it's upstairs. You have to go up on the deck and to the other side of the boat.
All right.
And you
Let
have
the
to
chef
head
know I'll
down.
be paying him a visit.
Yeah, sure. You say, not really sure what you expect to do there, but okay.
Can I give my unseen servant one more man?
Yeah, you can use your unseen servant. Just tell him what to do.
Alright, I'm going to tell my unseen servant to attempt to lift the keys off him and like quietly place them on the floor outside of the room, just outside the door in the cornermost part of the hallway. Like just outside the door, corner, bottom right.
So you want him to follow and then do that? Before he heads up the stairs?
Yeah, most likely when he turns around, because I'm guessing that the keys are on his back hip or something.
Yeah, they're at his left hip.
Yeah, so like to grab them when he is not... Dougie Fresh,
Okay,
we actually do have room
can
for
roll
one
a
more in
sleight
this
of hand.
group. Sorry, roll what?
Sleight of hand. Your own for it.
Okay. But,
Okay, you fail, pretty much.
Okay.
He feels the tug of something grabbing the keys, but you don't really see anything. He looks around with like bewildered eyes, not really sure what just happened. He's like, well, maybe it was my imagination. Never mind. And he leaves.
Yeah, Dougie, apply at our website. I'll get you accepted in that,
Okay,
and then you can
is-
hook up
Is
with
Bruugan out from behind the
GM.
door yet? Or is he still hanging about there?
Yeah, I would be kind of like center looking down the hallway to make sure my unseen job. And as he comes back, I'm gonna be like, as he steps into the door, I closed that behind you. Like, what are you doing, Bolin? You hear me say?
Well, I'd like to like backtrack a bit then, because you'd been disguised when I came in, when you came in and were speaking to me. So when you came out, I'd be like, "Oh, Bruugan. Oh, so you know some magic, I guess."
Like that, I do.
Oh, good to know. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'll just pick my book back up and just start reading again, clearly unimpressed.
I just sort of look over to Bruugan and just say, the whole captain thing, not okay.
This one's gonna be shorter. He might extend it, but we do have a lot of other campaigns that are gonna be extended. So
Yeah, about 15-20 minutes pass.
we have like 130 members now,
Cabin boy
so.
returns with food for you.
And we're always recruiting
It's also
DMs and
about
PCs.
7 o'clock right now, so if you want to eat, there's also a little bit of commotion down in the hallway. People changing shifts and so on. So people are moving around.
When I look at the food, what is the food tonight?
Fish, salted fish that they have cooked, and there's some fruit.
Hey, how's it going? More
They
tournament?
figured out that you need vitamins to travel
Going good,
long
playing my
distances
bard.
overseas. So you get fruit, some dried fruit, and it's fish today also.
How good's the food taste like on a scale of 1 to 10?
Yeah, test campaign. So this guy's a new DM in our guild, and he wants to try out DMing.
Yeah.
So we're running a test
it's not
campaign to
the
see if he
best
likes
food
it.
you've had, it's not the worst.
I
food
run
you have
2 other
either.
campaigns. I'm running one today at 12
It's
p.m.
probably not something you would pay
Central
for.
Standard. So But he's testing
like
the
this,
waters as a
but
DM, so.
it will do.
Okay, I want to head out. And
Sounds
go
good,
to the
Dougie.
kitchen.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, test campaigns to see if someone likes playing D&D
yeah,
or
so
to see
you
if
head
someone
up
likes being...
the stairs and the other hallway and then up the other stairs. Not really anything's happening. It's
Thanks for the
you can
follow,
see the
Dougie.
clouds
Appreciate it.
in the sky. And looks like it's a bit windy compared to before. And do you want to do anything while you're up on the deck, or do you want to head down the other stairs on the other side?
Yeah, no, if there's nothing interesting on the deck, I just head towards the kitchen.
Okay, well, so you head down the stairs on the other side of the deck, and you come
Wonder
into
why
this,
you were never given one.
well, quite big room actually.
What do you mean by that?
Underneath the captain's quarters, and there's about 10 guys in there, standing around doing different things. Right, some are cleaning mostly right now because they have just made the food. And a very a bald guy, very old, looks up when you come down the stairs, and he asks you what you're doing here.
I said, I'm here for some of my fish. If you're not going to cook
For
it, I'll
your-
cook it for myself.
Well, different people run things differently.
fish?
So our guild,
yes,
we
my
have
fish.
test campaigns,
The
we
one I
have
caught today.
full campaigns, we
Oh,
have starter campaigns,
So you were
a
the
bunch of
one
different
that did this.
campaigns. So this is not like a normal thing that
You want a
you
piece
go
of
through.
the fish?
This is just something to test the waters for him. So it's, I
Cook
listed it as a
3 pieces
test
of fish.
campaign.
Okay. You want to cook it? We don't really allow anyone to cook it. I can give you a piece of the fish, but we don't let.
Yeah. So if anyone wants to be
People
a
that are not
DM and
chefs
they're not comfortable
cook
starting
on
their
the
own
road.
campaign, we can run them through a test campaign.
But I am a trained chef, my friend.
Okay, roll a deception
And I'd like
because you're not really a chef.
I'd like to try and persuade him with an elaborate story
Okay.
of
Well, you
my
can
life
roll.
as a chef.
So our guild is about
roll
120
deception
something
for
players.
heresy, or you
We
can just
recruit
try to
DMs,
persuade him
and then we recruit the players for the DMs based
on
on
that
their
what you said.
times, and we make it just 10 times easier by
Yeah,
doing all the
it's
recruiting
definitely
for
deception.
them, rather than them going out to
That's
roll
what
20
that
to
skill's
recruit.
for.
And we do everything
I
in
feel
house.
like, sorry to rule rules.
We have
fire, but,
officers, we have recruiters, myself,
that's deception.
and we have
Okay,
mentors
well,
that teach
if
people.
When
So it's getting pretty
there's-
cool.
It's a different set of skills to persuade somebody of something when it's true, to bring them round to your point of view, than to lie to them.
Okay,
There's
well,
different signals.
well, he fails anyway. The chef is like, no, but
And we're just
we can
looking to
still give
bring
you- we have
people
already
together to
salted
play
most of the
online
fish,
tabletop game,
so we
especially
can give
newer
you,
players.
Yeah, around
But we
let's
house
say 9
Is
rations.
Experience
there's
players
just
as well.
one chef in here, or is there a bunch of them?
It's 10 of them
There's 10 of them. Okay.
that you can
Um,
see. There is another room
Do I see
also.
what do they use to cook? Do they just have
Yes,
burners
we
and
mentor
set-
players. We have mentors that
there
are
is-
just starting up now,
They have
and
this,
they're going to be helping play.
the closest thing would be like a
Yeah,
stone
we do all the
oven
recruiting on
almost.
Reddit for
The ship is
for
made
our
out
games
of
and stuff.
wood, but the stone oven is, it's kind of like a multi-layered anti-heat thing. You don't really understand it. It works anyway with
Yeah.
this furnace.
If I look
out.
around, I don't see any portable cooking equipment that I could try and take with me.
Sure, there is some. There's all kinds. There's knives, there's pots and everything.
And I ask if I can borrow a pot.
He looks at you a bit confused, but
I don't want to carry the fish in my hand.
Yeah, we
Well, can
only
you
keep
slimy, my
DMs
hands
that
smell bad. Can I
play
put them in this pot,
consistently.
please?
If they don't play
but
consistently,
we
we
have
remove their
already
game
rolled
from
it
our
up with
website
this.
until they can show that they can be consistent.
Well, I'm not really sure what to call it. You could say it's kind of like a bag, almost. It's not really a bag. It's like a thick paper that they
While
have.
he's trying to explain, he's already rolled up. I just pick up the pot and go over and trying to put the fish in it.
Here's
And
shrubs
as
and
far as I know,
yeah,
we're
yeah,
the
yeah,
only
just
guild
let
that is
you're
doing
done
this. I
then.
mean, if at this level
Then
of
people have no
commitment.
respect for anything. Oh well.
Cool. And I take the pot back to my room with the fish.
Yeah.
And when I get back, I say, would anyone like some food that doesn't taste terrible?
You brought
Where
it
are
back
you
to
going to-
Yeah,
us?
when I get back to the room.
Right now it's salted, by the way, for storage. It's not cooked. You don't have anything to burn with, at least not safely. Yes.
Can,
I just ask if anyone would like to taste the fish or to eat the fish.
can I
Roll.
tell? Can I tell from the way it's prepared that it is something that I think is palatable? And by the way, my guy's pretty experienced with cooking out in the wild and then catching fish and stuff. And
Sure, you can roll. Let's say survival.
oh my
Yeah,
god!
you have no idea. You have never seen this type of fish or fish meat before. You have no idea how it would taste, if it's edible, if you don't cook it, and so on and so forth.
Yeah,
you
our-
totally think it looks delicious. Go for
Our
it.
guild is like a one of a kind thing that's going on right now, and I'm glad.
Alright,
Just
so
get
there's a
sick
bunch of
and
spare
die.
beds here. Right?
Ha ha ha.
Sorry, can you repeat that?
There's a bunch of like spare beds in the room.
Pretty good at
a table
hooking
or
in the
something.
wild. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, there's a table in the middle of the room.
He had his
Okay, is
throat
everything in the
slit
room
and
that's
survived
not
in the
made of
wild.
No. Everything is made out of wood, well, except the bed sheets.
Okay.
Oh, and the candle. The candle isn't made of wood either.
Alright, I turn to Bruugan and say, so who were you talking to before?
I'm like, oh, Bolin? Oh, he's my brother.
Yep.
Or was my brother.
So he's like a ghost?
Yeah, I guess you could say that. Yeah, I mean, yeah, pretty much dead.
How would you feel if I used your dead brother as a pedestal to cook my fish?
I would be highly offended, and I'm sure he would be too. As I like look over towards Bolin, and I'm like, get a load of this guy.
Hear me out. Like, I've got two options here. I'm going to cook this fish. Now I can light the table on fire and potentially burn down the boat and kill us all, or your brother, I guess, could hold these here torches for me for a few minutes.
How about Plan C? And I'm gonna go into my backpack and the like in the cupboard thing, whatever I hung up my backpack in. I'm gonna reach in and bring out my mess kit that is used to cook things. Why don't we use this?
Not as fun, but I guess it'll do.
Oh, you're looking for fun, eh? I put the mess kit back, pull out a crowbar, and I'm like, charge! And I run towards the wall. Like the wall that is next to. So, like, you know how the rooms are leading out into the hallway? Like right hand side, left hand side?
Yeah.
So I'm running towards what I know is another room on the other side of the wall, and that's the one that's most likely empty. I am going to lodge the crowbar between the wood and start to pry off pieces of the wood so we can break through to the other side.
I try and stop Bruugan from breaking the wall.
You can roll dexterity or athletic, or.
Oh, I guess I'll start out by just like saying, not that kind of fun. No need to break down the wall, and see if he responds at all.
I'm gonna stop just before I hit the wall. Be like, well, what kind of fun are you looking for then?
Well, just some cooking. I wanted to cook my fish. That's all. I need to to smash anything.
And
it's okay.
you can't do that in the kitchen? I point out to the
Well-
hallway.
There was 10 angry chefs.
I'm like, give me the
So-
fish. Give me the fish. I reach out to like stuff. I'm like, I'll handle it.
I give Bruugan the fish.
Yeah, and suddenly you hear a knock on the door.
I make the door swing open again, like, with my cantrip.
It's not the cabin boy this time, it's someone that you haven't seen before, or you might have seen him, but you haven't really paid a lot of attention to him. He looks at you guys, very confused as to what just happened with the door. These guys can't use magic, by the way. So it's like, what's
Before he
going
gets a
on
chance to
here?
speak, I say, "Are you here to help me cook my fish?"
He looks at you like, what?
I slam the door shut again. As you were saying, Bruugan.
I'm going to tell my unseen servant and be like, Bolin, the fish, and run in a circle. And then I'm gonna drop the pan, open the door, be like, it's a poltergeist, and run down the hallway.
Okay, the guy is still outside the door and you push him out of the way. He looks into the room and see a floating package in the middle of the room. He runs up in the other direction, up the deck, towards the deck.
I try and grab my fish again.
You can roll to see if you can grab it from.
It's like a dex check.
Yeah,
The unseen servant has a strength of 1, I think.
this
Yeah,
is
he's-
not really an unseen servant per se. It's the easiest way, but yeah, you fail anyway.
I pick up like a mace from my side, and I want to like not swinging at the fish, just swinging like below it, sort of, to see if I can kill this like ghost man thing and get my fish
Yeah,
back.
well, you're standing in range, so do a hit roll.
Okay, I rolled a 1.
Yeah, you fail. You miss and fall down on the ground or on the floor. And I assume Bruugan is still running down the hallway. Anyway, the captain comes running down and asks you what the hell the commotion is.
Like,
And he sees the floating package of fish.
I'm gonna be like, your ship is haunted. Ghosts, demons, poltergeists. You didn't tell us we were getting into this.
Yeah, he knows about magic and so on. He has been around for a while. He looks at you guys and tells you to just stop playing around.
I turn to Sevens and then I say, "You forgot to mention the stripping captains," and I point at him and I try and command strip again.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, you fail.
Damn it. Okay.
Yeah, he is not really amused. 6 guys goes up and grabs Bruugan and drags him back to the room. I know you have been paid by the king to go over here, but here on this
How's it going,
ship,
Polo? Thanks
it's
for the
my
follow, by the way.
rules, and you respect them, or you swim. Okay? So, from now on, you're not leaving this room. The 5 guys shoves Bruugan into the room.
Yeah, it's
close
10
the
a.m.
room,
here.
and they lock the door.
Oh, I wasn't
and
planning on.
I forgot to mention that they took the fish also.
So I'm guessing my unseen servant's probably dissipated by this point.
Yeah. Because it was just lying on the ground, the package of fish. You
What?
can resist if you want to, but I wouldn't recommend it. It's 5 guys holding you, and there's like 15 people in the hallway right now.
Well, didn't they just
Outside.
bring me into the room? They locked us in there,
Yeah,
right?
I mean, if you want to do something before they do that.
No, I'm gonna be like, okay, obviously we're outnumbered here. This is what I'd probably be saying, like, as I'm laying on the floor and they close the door. I'm like, obviously we're outnumbered here. We need to abide by their rules, or else we're gonna get killed. I'm not swimming.
From your knowledge of these ships, you know that they have about 100 to 150 people as a crew.
Okay, I'm gonna be like, they got about 100 and 150 people on this ship. I know these things. We need to just sit tight and wait this thing out. And I'm gonna flip my hair back and stand up.
I'd be like, finally, you see some sense. What in the gods' names were you two doing?
And be like,
I
trying.
just wanted some proper food. Is that too much to ask for?
It's fine. This is what we expect on a ship, is it not? We're not on some cruise. We're getting from point A to point B. Whatever. You should probably just do as he says and keep your heads down for a bit. Stop with whatever these magics you're doing are not helping your reputation at all with these people.
Is there a window in our room?
No. This room.
Do I know if we're like on the outside of the ship?
Sorry.
Like if the one of the walls in the room like it leads to the outside.
You mean like?
Like one of the edges, I guess. Better way to explain it.
Yeah, you do know that if you break down the wall next to the bed, opposite of the door, it's going to lead
Proper term is porthole.
out into the. Well,
Oh,
it's not the
porthole,
ocean,
yeah.
but you will be able to see the ocean.
Not
Okay.
window, porthole.
Yeah, I just say, all right. But if we're gonna be stuck in this room, we need to cure our friend's seasickness. Do you think some fresh air would help?
Are you saying it to which person?
Just to the group in general.
Like, I'm pretty sure we need to stay in this room, or else the captain's gonna have it. Yeah, no matter.
We don't need to leave the room.
Oh no! No! You're not doing anything else weird to get us in more trouble with the captain.
No. I promise. The captain will never even know this happens. We just get some fresh air. We can look outside. Maybe catch another fish.
No, you're not knocking a hole in the wall, if that's what you're suggesting.
I'm not knocking a hole. It's a temporary window. I can fix it back up later.
I'm not sure. Does it make it worse? Do I have any herbs on me from the time that I was surviving in the wilds and that?
Yes.
I mean,
You
from
have
my
a basic package of herbs that allows you to create some very basic potions and so on, but you don't really have the equipment to do it. You could create a salve or something like that.
Well, I do have an alchemist kit.
Yeah, but you need to heat stuff for it, and you don't really have you don't have a good spot to do it on.
All right, well, I'm gonna try to use my knowledge of, herbs and that to make something that maybe I could like grind up in like a mortar and pestle that I might have in that alchemist kit. I don't know exactly what I have, but grind up, and like feed to this guy. Maybe mix it in with water, have him drink it.
Yeah, that should work. You can roll a. I don't actually know.
I think it might be either nature or survival, maybe even medicine. I don't know. It'd probably be nature, I think.
What? Well, with your background, what have you decided to put points into for
Oh,
that.
well, I mean, my background is more along the lines of collecting herbs and making salves and like
Yeah,
alchemy.
but I mean, what did you specialize in?
Oh, you're saying proficiency? I'm proficient in nature, and survival.
Well, let's say nature then.
Oh my god,
Normally
I can't
they would
believe
take
this.
medicine, but no, you're not really sure what to do. Well, you know what to do,
No,
but
we
you're
don't have
not sure
seawater.
what herbs to
We have
use
fresh
to
water in
cure
there too.
seasickness. So you can try anyway if you want to, but
Yeah, I'm gonna pick out, or I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna this one. I'm gonna grind it up and like put in some water and have him drink it.
So that's for Drazi, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're lucky. Even if it didn't really help him, he didn't get worse.
That sounds good.
So okay, well it's night now. It's like 10 o'clock or something like that.
Yeah, unless the recipe calls for stuff.
Are you guys going?
I'm
anything
going
else?
to. Yeah, I'm gonna sit down by Sevens, and I'll be like, hey, I notice you're reading that book a lot. What, why are you interested in other adventures? What did you do before this? What did you do before your adventure?
Oh, well, not a lot. This is my first real time out of my home village. It's kind of is a long and boring story, and you wouldn't be interested. It's nothing as good as in here.
All right. Kick back and just relax as the boat continues to move. So you just click the
Yeah.
apply and it shows all the rules there.
So you.
Yeah, there's no rule tab. It's just
I
apply
guess
and
you
then
go
there's the
and
rules
rest
all
and
there.
sleep and so on. And well, when no one wakes you up and so on, and the next day, you're actually about 12 o'clock right now in the day before one of you wakes up. So yeah, and when you wake up, you've already noticed that there's some food by the door. And they haven't really said anything else to you.
I'm gonna inspect this food, make sure that it. So I'm gonna pick it up and kind of like look at it real close.
Yeah, you can roll a. I don't actually know what to roll.
It'd probably be
that,
investigation.
Yeah, roll an investigation.
Hey guys, my rolls are all under 10s. You guys need to do some stuff.
Yeah, it looks the same to you as before. The same.
Yeah. You're like, hey, guys, we got food. You're probably not registered on the site. You're probably registered with Engine. You need to apply to the site. So you register with Engine, and then you apply to guilds.
Sorry, what did you say?
If I try and open the door, is it still locked?
Yeah.
Yeah, Dougie, we got you on the website when
When
someone
you do
accepted
it,
your app, so you're on
You
there.
hear a voice from the other side of the door. Oh, you guys woke up now, did you? Have you guys calmed down now?
They just say, yes, we've been awake for many hours.
They whisper to each other. You can do a perception if you want to.
Wait, who's whispering to each other? Sorry, I missed who.
There's people outside the door. Yeah, you hear what they're saying, and they're whispering to each other, questioning whenever they should allow you guys to.
Well, you don't apply to
give
Engine.
another
You
shot.
register for Engine, the website. Then you apply to the guilds.
Yeah, and they say, well, okay, as long as you guys promise to not do anything to bother anyone again, we're gonna unlock the door and allow you guys to go around.
Yep, sounds good, Mort.
Can't stand around here all day.
Alright, sounds good. You guys need me to watch out. You know, see if there's any bandits on the horizon, see if there's any pirates. I know these seas.
Well, you don't really know what's happening outside right now, so yeah, they just unlock the door, but they don't really say anything else. They just leave because they have other things to do.
I'm still gonna say that to the door regardless. I think.
Well, you hear them unlock the door, but yeah, you don't get a reply.
I'm gonna go grab my backpack and supplies and stuff.
Okay. Well, Drasse is moving around. He's feeling better at least, so. Well,
Yeah,
no,
if they let us out, I sort of just like head back up to the deck and just sit around all day. Sit in there for fresh air.
Okay. Well, nothing really happens. It's not very good weather. The weather have become a lot worse since you last were up on the deck looking around. It's very dark clouds. It's very rainy. Not a fun weather to stand around and sit and do nothing outside. It's probably the kind of weather where no one would.
Yeah, if I realize it's raining, I'll like go undercover or go back downstairs and we're gonna sit in the rain.
Yeah, because it's really quite heavy right now.
Can
Even though it's like in the middle of the day almost, or a little bit past the middle of the day, it's almost dark outside.
Can I see if it's like magical rain caused by any outside force?
Sure, you can roll arcane. No, you don't know. You don't notice anything. You can also roll a perception if you want to. Yeah, you do notice that there's something strange, but you don't know what.
I'm gonna be like, guys, I'm going into the thick of it. I'm gonna check to see what's going on. Stay there, be safe. And I'm gonna head out towards the main deck, like making sure to hang on to whatever I can.
Yeah, it's very windy. You're walking around, there's quite big waves and so on. But other than that, do you want to do something?
Yeah, do I see any crew members like on the deck, like ship doesn't crash or anything?
Yeah, there are people holding ropes, and there's a guy up on the eagle nest and so on. They're, making sure that the what is it called? What's the textile thing used on ships called? Sails. Yeah, the sails. Thank you to myself. Yeah, they're making sure that the sails don't break, and the captain is up behind you, trying to make sure that the waves don't really throw the boat
My
over the
guys,
side.
My guy knowing like dangers of sea is going to look outward to the right hand side of the boat and the left hand side of the boat to see if like any of those large fish that were under the water like might be attacking the ship or something, or some sort of beast out there that's causing the waves as well.
No, but yeah, I will allow you to do another perception check if you want. Yeah, you do actually notice one thing. You do know that the storm is not natural. It's the closest thing you can say is that it's actually following the boat. But you don't notice any kind of creatures or anything else around. It's just very stormy, and you can't really see into the water either.
All right, I'm gonna make my way up towards where the captain's steering the ship, because he's the one driving it, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna like carefully make my way up the stairs towards him, like blocking my face from the rain, and I'm gonna yell.
You do an athletic or acrobatic check. Yeah, you make your way up to the captain.
We're like, Captain, is this ship cursed?
No. It's just the normal kind of weather. Don't worry about it. This happens once in a while on the sea.
I would like to look in to see if he is lying to me, to like make an insight check or something.
Sure, go for it. Yeah, he, from what he can tell, from his knowledge, this might happen. I mean, we're not talking about end of the world kind of storm right now, but it's bad, but it's not like super unnatural bad.
Wait, so what can I tell from him? Because I'm looking the
Yeah,
insight to see if
from
he's lying.
his knowledge, he's not lying. From what he's not, from what you can tell of him, he's telling you the truth. That's
Okay.
what you can read of him. Of course, he's not lying, at least from what you can tell.
That sounds good. And at this point, you know, I mean, like, what do we do?
Just get down below deck again. You're just gonna be in the way if you fall over.
Like, aye, Captain. And I'm going to slide down the railing.
Yeah, do an athletic check. Oh, sorry, not an athletic check. The other one, the acrobatics. Yeah, well, you managed anyway, so good job.
All right, I'm gonna.
Yeah, and
No, what's up?
the captain is not really paying much more attention. He is just controlling the boat, and everyone is moving around quite quickly, actually, all things considered. You can
It's
see
actually
that they have been
fairly
doing
easy.
this before.
Very similar to playing in person.
They're not as careful on their feet as you are.
Only thing you don't get is like that physical, you know, thing,
So,
unless you
yeah.
had a webcam
Where do you want
between.
to go? What do you guys want to do? I mean, you guys do feel when you're in the room that the boat is kind of moving back and forth quite a lot, but it's not worse than before, but it's not like very bad.
I'm a little bit freaked out since I've been on edge about
Yeah, we get a
about the
lot of
entire
people here
trip.
too. He's
So,
not intentionally lying. Yeah.
more movement than usual is putting me further on edge. So I'm probably just trying to ignore everyone and try and stay focused on my book again, especially since I'm a little bit annoyed.
Make sure you guys
Okay.
follow me on Facebook. I'm going to be posting the
Bruugan.
YouTube things
What do you
there.
want to do? Are you heading down?
You're talking to me?
Yeah, are you heading down again, or?
Yeah, I'm gonna head like carefully back into the hallway and stuff. You know, probably drenched in water now.
Yeah, you are. Hale, do you want to do something?
We try to
Nope, I'm
Twitch
just gonna stay
stream
at the cabin
with
and
the
wait for
video
the
as
boat.
well. Sometimes,
Okay.
so
Do you mention this to them, Bruugan, when you enter the room again? I mean, your observations and so on, because they don't really know anything right now.
Oh, sorry.
They
You're saying like what
Yeah.
am I conveying to them?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm
Anything?
gonna go into the door. Be like, guys, that weather is horrible. It seems like it's almost following the ship. It's a little bit unnatural. It doesn't seem like a normal storm. I don't understand. The captain doesn't seem to understand it either. Create an app to play D&D on tablets
well,
since it's next generation soon. Allow DM to have remote access to
You can't
tablet
use
screens.
any.
That's
you don't have any
what
weather
Roll20's
spells
doing.
Or anything, or is it just for pulling pranks?
No, I can make the boat shake, and I'll make the boat shake with thaumaturgy.
You can make the boat shake.
Well, I can make harmless tremors in the ground.
Well, you're not on the ground. Well,
I think
yeah.
as I see you start to cast a spell, actually, and like I'll make the boat shake, I'll actually reach over to my side, pull out a hand crossbow, and point it at you, and just be like, "No,
Oh, 7. Relax, man. It's okay. No shaking. I get it.
look.
Not a fan.
Yeah, they're
Yes.
usually put on Twitch.
That
We
one
have a
has
couple
something
other
to throw on
DMs
the
that
Just
Twitch streams.
That's the idea.
We'll let them do their job.
And then I put
It'll be
mine up
fine.
on YouTube as well.
Everything will be fine. The boat's meant to float. It's not supposed to go on.
Yeah, Roll20 is working on that kind of stuff.
Exactly. So when the big waves come, we're all fucked.
Yeah. Are you guys doing anything else? Do you go to bed or?
I'm
what do you
gonna
want to
dry myself off.
do? Okay. Good idea. So, do you have something that you want to do?
What is MFW?
Oh, it's just my face when it's just a shorthand speech.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Just like when he says when the big wave comes over, and I was just like, so my face is.
Yeah, it's
just
pretty
like,
cool to have everyone get together and go on Twitch.
It's like stone cold and impressed.
Okay. Well, Bruugan is dry, and yeah. The cabin boy opens the door and tells you, asks you how you guys
That's
are
up
doing.
to our DM. If he likes it, he's gonna make it go for a long term.
He
If
asks
not, then
Bruugan
it's gonna be
if he
short term.
needs something, considering how wet he is. But the cabin boy looks surprisingly dry, all things considered.
I would like to make an Arcana check to see if he's like magical in any way.
Yeah, go for it. No, you have no idea.
Well, I'm gonna look at him and be like, "Sir, you have a magical personality." Like, no, I'm fine.
Okay.
I'd probably like
The thing is,
I'd probably
just so
say
you guys know, the clothes these guys wear, they absorb
No, it's not gonna conclude today. No.
water pretty much. It's the closest way to describe it. They are actually, for people that are in the fleet, they actually have special clothes for rainy days and on the sea and so on. So he is pretty much only wet on the hair and head and so on, and otherwise he's almost completely dry.
Interesting. And we're like, who made your clothes?
He looks at you and is like, this is the little bit finer issued army clothes that we have.
Well, if you join one, you'll see
They're
one
special
end.
made for sea and water
You know what I'm
travel, storms and so on.
And be like, I have to look into that. I'm gonna write, that down in my book.
Yeah. Do you wait? Well, let's say you're not from the area with this, where these guys normally are from, so you don't really know what it is or how we have it and so on.
I'd make sure to check with them. I'd ask kind of nervously. Everything's under control up there. Nothing out of the ordinary, is there? No. Good.
Well, it's a little bit stormy, but it's not the worst storm I've seen.
Okay, good. Thank you.
Thanks for the follow, Maruz 2014.
Okay. Well,
You should.
I'd suggest you get some sleep. Hopefully, the storm will be over by tomorrow.
Welcome to the group.
Do you take up on his offer to go and sleep and rest?
Oh, I do.
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna laze around all day, try and rest and sleep and whatnot.
Okay. Bruugan?
Yeah, I'm gonna. As I see them like trying to get some rest, I'm like, I'm gonna get some rest as well. I'm gonna yawn and lay down in the bed.
Yeah. Okay. It's
No, we have not tried the
quite a
Pathfinder
rocky
game.
night. You actually fell off the bed a few times. Sevens.
Yeah,
Okay.
we're making sure our DMs
yeah,
do not
for
leave
you.
our players.
The other the other managed to do a little bit better.
Usually it's
but,
the players
they
leaving the
didn't really
DMs
get
and
a lot of sleep
players.
either. You can, when you wake up, you can still feel that the storm is still going on, and it's been about. It's not right now. It's about 11. What you guys want to do?
Yeah, exactly. I'm just gonna stay put because every time we go on that deck, they seem to send us back here. We're like, I'm gonna stay put until we get to our destination. I'm just gonna, flip open my book and start, maybe drawing some pictures of the ship.
Anyone else want to do something?
No, not at all.
Nope. I just want it all to be over with.
Yeah. According to my roll, it is. So yeah, you suddenly hear a very great commotion outside. Lots of feet and people screaming.
Yeah, exactly. But that's what we handle,
Telling people to
Jaden.
get up and wake up and get up on deck.
Like
to
if
help.
you have 2 free days or 1 free day per week, then we can schedule and get players for you.
So yeah, you hear people run in the corridor outside.
I guess I fling the door open and see what's happening.
Yeah, you just see that people are running.
I'll call out and say,
these
what's
guys
going
sleep with their clothes on, so when they're out on a long travel like this, so they're already running up the stairs.
Yeah, we
It's a
take the burden off the
long,
DMs and off the
big
players
group
to
of
find
these
games
guys. It's like
and to
40
find
people
players.
running in the hallway. What's your reaction?
I guess I'll peer outside and see what's going on.
Yeah, you don't really see anything other than people running past.
All you have to do is find our open games on the
Do
left-hand
they look
side or
like
active
they're, like,
games. Go in there, go to the
running
sign-up
scared
thread and be like, hey, I want to join the game.
Let's just say in a great hurry.
I guess I'll turn
they-
back to the guys in the room and say, we might want to check this out.
Ugh,
I'm gonna head outside and follow them wherever they're going.
I'm gonna drink.
I'm pretty sure the only thing we do is just going to get in the way.
Well,
Of
you
us,
do
I have to
actually-
say.
They might need the boat to shake or something. I sort of just weak at 7 and go outside, follow the people.
You guys can actually feel that the boat is moving a lot more. It's probably like 8 times worse than before you went to bed. So if it was bad
group
before, it's
It
very
had this
bad right
near
now.
rainy day gaming store.
Okay.
You can't really walk straight in the corridor. I mean, even the guys running past you are having problems and so on.
Hey, why
They're
are
just,
there people
you know,
causing commotion, but
back
you
and
aren't
back
allowed
and
to?
forth along the
I
walls.
don't know.
And yeah, the same thing happens to you guys. So acrobatics checks for everyone.
I'm not
got
going
this.
anywhere. I've not moved.
Well,
I
it
know
don't
that
really
it's
matter.
safer to be.
You're doing an acrobatic check anyway, just to see if you fall flat on your face or not.
Oh. Okay.
You are having problems standing right now. Well, none of you fall, so well, Andrasi, he is just fine. I fudged him a bit. He's fine, don't worry. So you guys want to do something? One followed, right? Or
I'm gonna
tried
be
to
like,
follow?
let the crew members handle it. I've done all I can do.
Okay.
Yeah, I wanna follow them and see what's going on.
Okay. I want you to do 3 acrobatic checks. Ooh.
Oh
Alright.
my
Yeah.
God.
You're not doing
Man
very
overboard. Man overboard.
well. No, but he's still in the
Fall through
hallway.
the wall.
But
He fell
pretty
into
much-
each door and came back out and fell back into the other door.
Yeah, kind of like that. You walk out the door, and suddenly ship just throws you back into the room, and you fall down. You try to stand up again and head back out, making a little bit further. But when you get to the stairs, you fall back down the stairs again and taking 2 damage. And you head up the stairs after standing up again, and manage to make it all the way up to the top right now.
Yeah, I only host
So
as
you're
a
standing
DM
there
games on the
looking
weekend
out,
because I work at a game company during the
and,
week.
do you want to go out, or when you open the door, or what do you want to do?
Yeah, I want to go up and have a look and see. I just want to look what's going on.
Yeah,
I work with Dead Panic
it's bad.
Studio
Very bad.
as a
Just
2D
as
3D
you
artist. I
open
just released my
the door and look
tutorial
outside,
the
you
other
see
day.
this giant waves sweep past, throwing like 5-6 guys.
You guys can check it
overboard.
out on this website.
And the waves are larger than the ship right now outside. It's total chaos. People screaming, and people have ropes tied around them and so on.
So does it look like the boat's like going to sink, or?
You notice that it's not good, but you can't really see anything else from where you're standing. You're just
Okay.
seeing that it's bad.
Yeah, I just get scared and I go back inside to hide.
Okay, well, 3 more of acrobatics checks.
And that's our website as well. So that all you have to do to join a game is go to one of the groups on the left.
You make it down without really.
Doesn't make it easier than Roll20.
You almost slip one time, but it's fine. You
So,
head
as a
back into the
player,
room.
we place the games up there, or we find the games for
Yeah.
your time. So, like,
Darcy is looking at you like,
if you're
"What's
only
going on
available
out there?"
for 1 day or 2 days, and for a certain amount of
Oh,
time,
you just head
we
back
find a
and say,
DM to suit you.
Yeah.
Then they
okay,
open up
good.
their game.
Let's stay
You
down
check the left side, join it by just going to sign up and just typing, "Hey, I want to join it." Yeah, DMs host
Bruugan, do
games
you
all
say
week.
anything?
To who? Sorry.
He entered the room and said, "It's bad."
Like, yep, I could tell.
Okay, thanks. Sorry about that.
No
Did
problem.
I miss something for me to do?
In short, it's bad. He went up to the top, looked out, and he came to the conclusion that it's bad. He have walked down again, and he
Right.
told you guys that it's bad.
Oh boy. The safest place on the ship, it's below decks, isn't it? I'd ask that just out loud to the rest of the group.
Be like, let's just sit tight. I'm back in here. Don't even bother
Okay.
with that
Good
story.
idea.
And does anybody know the route to the lifeboats?
Yeah, while you're talking, you suddenly feel a heavy crash. You're thrown against the front of the boat. So everyone do acrobatic checks. Yeah, Sevens, you take 3 damage because you knock your head on the wall, but you're not knocked out.
Okay.
Yeah, it's you kind of figure.
Roll
that the
20,
giant
you have to
crash and
post,
sound
and then
screams of
they
panic
respond to you,
upstairs
and then you
are not a
have
good
to
sign.
get hooked
You
up with
hear
that person,
yelling
go
and
to Roll
people
20,
screaming.
get in their game, create a character, all that stuff. Here,
Yeah,
it's
it's not very
guaranteed
good.
that you have the
However, no one is
availability to
rushing
go
down
into those
exactly to
games.
check on you.
Like, you don't have to worry about going
About those
around all these
lifeboats,
places
I,
and not knowing people. You're going to start
we
to
should
know people
probably
within
head
this
there now.
guild and become known yourself.
I'll get up, like, for the first time, taking any initiative and just gathering what bits I don't have on hand, ready to leave the room.
Okay. Anyone else want to do something?
No, I'm good. I never really
I'm
said
gonna
it's
follow-
different from
follow him
Roll20
out the room.
or easier than Roll20 because I've never used Roll20.
Everyone roll 3
but,
acrobatic
I mean,
checks.
it's centralizing it all in one location rather than having you search over the world for it. The games are all listed on the left side, already ready to go. We're all making 3?
Yeah.
That's why I'm called Sevens.
That's
Wow,
why I'm
you
called
guys are
6s
rolling
and 4.
bad. I feel sorry for you guys. Well, you all head up, Andras included, but he's like blessed by the gods or something, and he don't make a single mistake. He actually managed to catch some of you guys before you managed to fall and hurt yourself. As you head up the stairs, you notice behind you that there's water flowing
We use Reddit.
in the
Reddit's
hallway.
amazing.
Okay. Yeah, more. Well, I guess we can't go any faster than we're currently going, but I'm like panicking and trying to get up to onto deck as fast as possible.
Yeah, you make it up to the deck and you.
Is
Yeah.
is the hole that the water's pouring through? How large is it?
You don't know. You haven't seen it.
Can I like actually?
You just see water forming up in the hallway, and you know that you're not at the bottom of the ship either. So there's like 2 floors below you, plus the water, the general area for the ship itself. So yeah, you can decide to make what you want of that. So you guys make it up to the door, and you see that there's actually not that many people around for some reason. Not many people around on the deck or anything. You can see like 15, 20 people up on the deck with ropes tied around them. They're doing different things, trying to get boats ready and stuff like that.
Yeah, I'd head to the nearest lifeboat and ask if there's anything I can do to help prepare it.
I want you to do. Well, actually, let's see what everyone else does first.
Sure.
All right, see you around, Polo. Thanks for following. Thanks for hanging
what
out.
What everyone else do? Well, this is happening. Well, he starts to move away.
I'm following Sevens to a lifeboat.
Okay. Bruugan?
Yeah, I guess I'm just gonna reluctantly follow because I was, my guy's kind of looking back. He's just like in awe, and he's just gonna follow.
Yeah. The first thing you notice is that the captain is gone. 3 of the lifeboats are missing. There's 1 lifeboat remaining.
Like cowardly
Or
son
a
of
rowboat,
bitch.
so to speak. When you head up and ask him, he is like screaming over the storm that you need to tie a rope around yourself, and I want you all to do 2. Now you can actually decide if you want to do an acrobatic or athletic.
So there's like a person in the rowboat that's telling us to do this?
No, he's
Yeah, you have to get accepted first. You'll see him on the right-hand side of the
with a
homepage.
few bunch of other guys start running around trying to operate the crane and lower the boat and stuff like that.
I want to play My Heart Will Go On as the ship goes down.
Okay, but you guys need still to do. Okay, and 1 more person.
So we're rolling acrobatics, correct?
Yeah, you can roll acrobatics or, well, any kind of, how well do you handle? Because while you're standing around talking,
And more,
to this
you've
guy
already.
without any kind of
Let's
safety,
see.
a giant wave hits you guys. So, yeah, that's why you roll this now.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's fine.
Bruugan, you're
Alright, just to
you're
prove
out.
your-
You're in the water now. You're thrown over the board.
Do I lose my instrument?
Well, do you want to do a check, or how evil do you want me to be?
I don't know. I mean, I was attempting to play a
No, but this happens a little bit before you make it that far, so.
Oh, okay. No, it's up
so
to
don't
you.
worry about that. But yeah, you're overboard, so everyone sees you just wash over and taken by this giant wave. And I actually want you to do 3. Well, you can decide between acrobatic or athletic.
It would be
checks.
athletics if I'm swimming.
Okay, well, 3 athletic done.
Good thing you're not at disadvantage, or you're dead.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, well, let's just say that you failed all of them. The waves are larger than the ship, and he's out in the water. It's
I'm
not a
still
bad
just
thing.
gonna run the lifeboat.
Well, you guys see him disappear under the waves. And what do everyone else do?
Yeah, I just accepted you more.
I'm now. I take one of my hand crossbows out, point it at the nearest sailor, and it's like, get us in one of those lifeboats and get it out now.
Well, they're doing everything you can. Let's see. The rope fails, and the boat is hanging now by one rope.
I jump in. Can I jump in the boat?
It's hanging on the side. By that I mean like on the side, so
it's
that
dangling like over the side
yeah,
of the boat? Or...
over the edge.
Yeah, that's fine. I
So-
jump in the lifeboat. I consider that safer than this big boat. And I say, you
Sounds
coming
good,
with me,
thanks, Mark.
Sevens?
If you have any other questions, just shoot me.
I'm
Same
gonna
with you,
wait and see if you jumping in
Dougie.
it snaps the other rope and you fall down and it like goes over you and you drown first.
Yeah, let's see what's happened.
True Man's actually on
Well,
the team
actually,
speak
you make
now.
it.
If you guys have any questions
It's not
from him, he's still a
broken or
bit
anything
newer
like
to
that.
the guild, but I mean,
Alright. I turn
answer a couple
to
questions.
Sevens and say, jump in. I'm going to cut the rope. Let's get out of here.
Okay. Yeah, I'm like looking at these people still trying to like do stuff, and I like think for almost half a second that there's nothing more I can do, so I like jump in as well.
While this was happening, I want to look for like the biggest, like buffest looking sailor that looks like he'd be able to swim the best. Do I see someone like that?
Well, you do see one guy, but yeah, sure. You
Okay,
see one
excellent.
guy.
I turn over to him. I look at him and I point at him and I scream as loud as I can.
make sure you guys hit that
Why
follow
don't
button
you
if you
try
want to be
and
eligible for
rescue
the
our
race.
friend and the command
whoops.
rescue?
Yeah, he can't.
No, well,
True,
so he's
man.
just like he doesn't pass the check, or
It's not even that. He's tied to the mast right now. Because he's trying to do things. But...
I also am
Yeah,
going to be
that should be,
DMing my game at
that's
12
not whatever,
p.m.
right? That, like, if he doesn't-
Central
if he
Standard
fails
Time
his
today,
check, he
so
should be
in
held
about
to
1
try
hour.
and do
Thanks for the follow, Mort.
Oh, you did that. Okay.
Yeah, I'm
how-
casting command. Sorry. Yeah,
Oh, you mean commands?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm casting a spell.
Yeah. In that case, he takes the rope off him and jumps into the water, and you see him disappear also.
Alright. And as that happens, then I like try and cut the rope on the lifeboat or lower it down if I find a lever or something.
Yeah, you're just hanging at the side of the rowboat right now, just so you know, with one hand, or
Oh,
if you're
well, I
gonna
want
do
to pull
that.
myself into the boat first.
Yeah, but you do know it's a rowboat. But okay, fine. Sure. Cut the rope if you want to.
Yeah, I want to be in the rowboat and then like cut
Yeah,
the rope so that
okay.
we fall into the water.
Yeah. The boat falls into the water and smashes into 1,000 pieces.
I'm currently underwater.
So we're in
You
the ocean
guys
now,
are in
I
the
assume?
water right now, just so you know. Both of you.
How well can you swim, Sevens?
I want you guys to do 3 athletic checks each.
That badly.
Not very well, okay.
Should I make
Okay,
another 3, or am I
uh,
still underwater?
You're still underwater. Well, I mean, this has happened while you disappeared pretty much. So, I actually want you to do another athletic check, Bruugan. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna continue on in a moment, which happened to you. While this is all happening, Hale and Sevens and Drassi. Drassi is like a god. He's staying above water, pretty much.
He's walking on water.
Yeah, kinda. But you guys are kinda handling not so good. You're swept under the water, but Sevens managed to get up a few times, but he's pulled down again. Yeah, you're in the water right now. Not very good. You rolled a 1, by the way, so I want you to roll a 20.
I rolled a 2.
Oh, you
It
rolled
wasn't a
2.
natural one.
Ah, okay. Never mind then.
If it's in that one, it'll have like a little red.
Ah, okay.
Little red outline
Never mind
with a
then. Then
little
you
green
don't have
outline
to
for
roll a
nat
20. Then you don't have to roll a 20. But I want you guys to roll athletic checks again, 1 each, except for Bruugan. Okay, well, that's good then. Yeah, you're sweeping around in the water, trying to stay up and not drown, which is going quite bad. In either case, the storm sweeps you along, and you guys fall unconscious, all of you. Except Bruugan. He is not completely unconscious.
Right.
So, yeah, what happens then? Yeah, Bruugan, you are actually noticing that as you wake up a little bit, you're just looking around. You are not really moving. You see this cloaked guy and a girl, a young girl, like you don't know how old she is, come by and look at you while you're lying there on a beach, at least what you think is a beach. And then your eyes shut down also, unless you want to do anything quickly.
I would
Or-
probably just be like, trying to mutter words, but then pass out,
Yeah, well, you pass out also. Yeah, I just have to reload roll 20. Sorry for that. And yeah, how long is it left on the campaign? How
5
much more
minutes.
time? 5 minutes. Okay, well, yeah, you are, waking up, shutting your eyes and so on along the way, but you can feel yourself being moved along the path. And yeah, all of you can roll a con check. Okay, the first guy to, because you had a so good roll, Bruugan, you're rolling 17, so because you have an advantage in my opinion, because I'm so nice. Hiel, you're the first guy to wake up. And when you wake up, you notice that you're in a bed, and on the other side of the room, there is a girl, a very young girl that is like, you don't really know how old she is, but she's young.
I just sort of sit up and just look at her and say, "Where the hell am I? What's going on? This is a terrible looking heaven."
She's not really saying anything. She just looks to the other corner of the room. And yeah,
I repeat myself, but I'm shouting this time.
Yeah, she's not really doing anything.
No,
She's just
I
looking
try to stand up.
As far as there being room in that
Yeah,
campaign,
sure. You can stand
let
up.
me check.
I want to walk over to her. Sort of like,
Yeah, let's see here. Yeah, you fall flat down on the bed again.
That is Throne of Desolation.
so like I just like
you
collapsed.
feel
or
like
did I?
you feel yourself getting pushed down onto the bed again.
Okay. I scream out, respond in some way, or this isn't going to end well for anyone.
Well, when you say that, you notice something in the corner of your eye. Hill is also awake, and Bruugan is also awake at this moment. And you guys see something moving in the corner of your eyes.
Kurt. So we might have room.
In the general direction where the girl is looking.
Might.
Yeah, I look over and see where it is.
Yeah, in the corner there is a tall man.
I'm counting the number of players I have more and determining if it would be interesting or not to put a fifth or a sixth campaign. Usually you run with
What the
4.
hell's going on? What is this place?
He looks at you or well, you think he's looking at you. You
I
don't
know which
really
campaigns are
see a
full and which
face.
ones are not.
It's completely covered in shadows. He's standing in the shadows. And he tells you, "Welcome to my little island."
Plus, I'm trying to listen to this DM talk as well.
Your island? What is going on? I was on a boat. I'm going to work for the king.
I know.
Well, I'll be on after
Is-
this campaign.
is
I'm
this
on
the-
for an
the
hour
land
on
we're meant to
TeamSpeak. So if
survey?
you want to
Like-
talk a little bit, maybe we can get you into the campaign. I would need you to
How
make
did
a
I get
level
here?
7 or 8 character.
We found you on the beach, passed out with a few other people.
Where are the others?
You can see him motion. His hands are completely covered by the robes, but you see him motion towards the two beds behind you. Or well, if you look over there, you will see two beds. Do Bruugan and Kiel notice anything? Do you want to do something?
Hiel is the person you've been talking to.
Oh, sorry, 7. Excuse me.
Am I up then as well? at this
Yeah,
point?
everyone is awake.
I'm gonna turn to them and be like, "You guys all right? Sevens, hell."
Ugh, I think I'm alive. Barely.
I'm very confused by what's happening, but I'm okay.
I'm gonna reach down my pants and pull out a crab.
Okay, sure.
I don't know if there's a crab, but I mean,
Let's say you have a crab in your pants. Anyway, the guy don't really care or notice, or well, maybe he do care, but he's not really paying you guys any real attention. So, guys, you say, this is my island. And
ouch.
I invited you here.
All right, sounds good, Dougie.
You're the king?
Let's talk about that
Titles are
after I'm done with this
meaningless.
campaign, Mort. Okay.
I'm
So
reaching
you're
for a
not the
crossbow.
king.
Do you guys want to do anything? Any checks or anything?
I'm reaching for my crossbow.
Yeah,
Do I have
go
them?
for it.
Can I get them?
Yeah, they didn't really unarm you. You have
Okay.
all your equipment next to the bed also that you were carrying.
Alright, well, I'm ready to... I'm making sure it's ready to fire if I need to.
He don't really do anything, he's just standing there in the shadows.
Yep, I didn't motion to aim at him or anything. I just wanted
Wait,
to check that
who's
they're
in the
still there,
shadows?
'cause I
The
need
guy
them.
who walked in the door?
No, the girl is sitting in a chair in front of the middle bed at towards a wall. She's just looking at the guy in the robe. Oh, and by the way, let's see. How much perception do you have passive?
I have a 12. Just go into your skills, right hand.
Yeah, my perception
Yep.
is 13. Passive.
Mine's 13 as well.
Well, you two notice that there's something very strange about him, but you can't put your,
That's cool, Mort.
you don't know what. There's something off when you look at him. You have no idea what, but there is something that's not right with the picture in front of you.
Can I see if he's got any sort of magical aura on him or something that's making me feel uneasy?
Sure, you can do an arcane check if you want to.
Ah!
Well, yeah, you do notice that there's something very, very, very strange about him, but not more than that.
Guys, this guy's strange.
But let's
I
just
roll out of
say,
the bed.
in this setting, you can feel magical power that creatures have. if you can use magic, you can feel others using magic, but you don't feel anything.
Bruugan, what does your Arcana say about his power level?
It's somewhere around that. I'm going to roll when I roll onto the floor. I am going to.
Yeah. What do you want to do? Are you gonna stab him? No, don't do that.
I'm going to roll onto the floor. As I roll onto the floor, I would think that my backpack would have fallen off me or something. I'm going to reach in, grab my hurdy-gurdy, play something, and then I'm going to insult. I'm going to insult him. So I'm sending a string of insults laced with enchantments at him. He must succeed a Wisdom saving throw or take 1d4 psychic.
Okay. Let's see.
I'm like, you're a little Nancy girl.
Okay, you fail.
Okay, well, a little like words, I guess.
He's just looking at you. And yeah, he don't really care. The girl is, however, looking at you right now.
Like, hey, pretty lady.
Okay, she only looks at you. She's not really doing anything. It's actually a very strange picture when you think about it. It's this guy completely covered in black, dark as the void.
Do I know?
You can't see his face when you're now actually more awake and not as dazed. You can't see his face. It's covered in shadows, but no matter how you look at it,
I go by
whether you're
Bronzebeard
sitting
on the
up
website.
or,
I am the G.
lying down on the bed, you can't see his face. Yeah.
I'm confused about the scene now. Like, I thought she's staring. Said someone laying down now?
I said, no matter what you're doing, you can't see his face.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
much.
I'm just gonna skirt. I'm gonna roll under the bed. But I'm gonna stare out at the girl. I'm gonna stare her directly in the eyes, not blink. Ron's beard.
Yeah.
Ron's beard.
I give you an option to go out of the bed on your free, from underneath your bed on your free will. At this moment, she's just asking you to please don't roll under the bed like that.
Why do you have some secrets under here? And I'm gonna start shuffling my.
Yeah. Let's see here now. Okay. You get yanked out from underneath the bed, thrown up into the air, and thrown down on the bed again.
Is the bed bouncy? Do I bounce back into the air?
No, you slam down on the bed.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Guys, she's a witch.
Have you no sense of self-preservation? What are you doing? We need to find out what they want. We're completely at their mercy here. These clearly aren't natural people. And what is it that you do want with us, Lord of this island? Why have you brought us here?
I'm chained to this island. I need you to go and find a tablet.
I'll be like, what does it look like?
You will know when you see it. It's a stone tablet, about 5 feet times 5 feet.
And if we find this tablet for you, what then?
What do you people want.
Off this
thinks-
island.
He thinks for a moment and waves his hand, and behind him you see like the entire area behind him with where the cupboard and the table and so on is. You see this giant pile of gold and gems and so on.
Can I see if it's illusory or if it's actual real?
Sure, you can roll a perception check or an arcana check. Depends on what you want to do. It's not an illusion.
I'm going to look towards Hale and Sevens, my eyes sparkling, and a smile on my face. No words.
I did
If you-
wink back.
If you
he-
have gold to offer, why did you bring us here in such a way?
Bound by certain rules.
And those rules don't include not destroying passing ships.
I just used the best method I could think of to bring people here.
I kind of look at the others. I'm like, I see that he's made some gold appear, but how on earth are we supposed to trust someone whose preferred method of greeting people who he needs to do a task for him is to almost kill them?
I think I gave you guys the wrong impression here. I'm not giving you an option.
No, well, I wasn't under the illusion that we had one. So don't be
He
motivated
motions
by
you
that gold.
towards to look at your arm.
Yeah, I look.
And you see this mark that's actually glowing purple.
As I see him look at his arm, I would most likely look at both of mine, not my legs, and pull up my pants.
I also look at my arm.
Yeah, you all have that mark, and it's all glowing.
All on the same
What
arm?
the hell is this?
From a DM perspective, it's like super powerful compel.
Oh, so like, I was just about to ask if I could like inspect it. But
Yeah, it's a magical effect. You directly when you see it, you know that you have to do what you say.
Okay, so backtrack. I wouldn't have said any of those things because I'm compelled to do whatever he asks me to do.
No,
None
not
of us would
really
have said
that
any
way
of these
either.
things.
It's you have a free option, but you will die if you don't do what he say.
Oh, so
And he
I know.
actually tells you this. If you do not do what I tell you to,
do I
die.
believe him?
You can. Well,
Insight.
actually, you can do an insight if you want. Yeah, and you get the feeling that he have no concept of moral, right or wrong. From what you can tell, the closest description would be like a giant child.
Oh god. He's
Am I
unstable.
able to stand up now?
Yeah,
Alright, I want to try and stand up and walk over towards the girl again.
yeah, she's not really moving. She's just looking at back at the big guy in the corner.
Can I walk up to her?
Yeah.
I look at the man who's like holding us captive, and then I look at the girl, and I pull my mace from my side and say, "Free us, or I will kill her."
He starts laughing.
I swing my mace at her head.
Yeah, before you can do that, you get thrown across the room and slam against the wall. And you take 4 damage. if you guys want to do a perception check, that's fine on this. Okay, Sevens, you know this is exactly what happened. You actually see the guy's shadow. He's actually not moving, but you can see that the shadow that he's casting moves on its own, like a giant, like whip, clogged whip that just shoves him across the room.
Okay, I'd just be like, we need to do exactly as this man says. We have no choice. He's free to kill us if he chooses.
In my head, I'm going to be like, I have an idea. And I'm going to slowly brandish my whip. Try to latch it around the girl's throat and pull her close. While, like, unsheathing one of my blades.
Okay. He's not really doing anything. Do you want to do a sleight of hand or something to check how well you're doing it?
Well, I mean, I'm, like, throwing a whip at her, wrap it around her neck to pull her close to me, so I don't know what you want to determine, if that's an attack roll, or if it's hand, or, like, what.
Yeah, well, if he notices it or not, or how would you? Are you just gonna do it fast, or?
Yeah, I'm gonna do it
Strike.
fast, because, like, I mean, the thing is, like, I'm trying to catch him off guard, so I can take her, like, hostage, so he has to kind of, like, you know, at least give us an ultimatum or something.
Okay. You can roll to hit to see if you actually hit with the whip. Yeah, you hit, and the whip wraps around her neck.
Alright, so I pull her as close as I can, as fast as I can, unsheathing my blade, holding it to her throat, and pull her as close as possible to me.
Yeah, she's not really reacting.
Do I notice if her shadow's doing anything weird?
He's just looking at you.
Oh, no, my bad. My character didn't notice that. So I'm
Yeah.
just, yeah.
Yeah, he's just looking at you. Actually, a little bit confused. He's like, "What are you doing?"
Like, you need to give us an ultimatum. I know what you put on our arms. I know what this means. Like,
But I gave you a very good option. Thinks for a moment. He snaps his clothed robe hands and fingers like this. And I will give you gold if you do this for me.
so that's already what you were planning on doing.
Well, yeah. But I don't. Normally, you don't pay tools money. You wouldn't pay your hammer any gold, would you?
I wouldn't consider us tools. And if we were tools, we'd be multi-tool.
I want to slowly like start walking towards the girl again.
Yeah, that's fine. He's not really doing anything. He's just standing there looking. Actually, right now, he's just looking into the wall on the side. Not even looking at you guys anymore. He's like thinking. The girl haven't moved at all.
How big is this room?
Quite big. You could say that it's a very big dining room in size.
Okay. So, like, how far away is he from the girl?
Let me think. Yeah, he is about. What could it be? 6 meters away? Yeah. Around 6 meters away. I'm not sure how many feet that is.
Alright, I just want to walk up to the girl and I want to try and hit her with my mace again.
Keep
How's
in
it
mind,
all
I'm
straight?
holding her real. Well, no, I guess I can't say that. Okay.
I'm going to call out and let us out of here. I want nothing to do with your plans.
He's still mumbling for himself, thinking. He's not really paying you guys any attention at all.
Do I get to roll an attack or?
Sure, you can roll with a bonus to hit because she is being held
Right, cool. What bonus do I get?
to hit. So you can roll with an
Advantage.
advantage.
Oh, disadvantage. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
20.
Yeah. So you swing your mace and whack to go. Dealing
I
6.
crack her for 6 damage.
Yeah, dealing 6 damage to her, and she's not even reacting. Well, you can clearly see that she's bleeding, but she's not reacting.
Does he react at all?
No.
Right, I want to try and just keep hitting her over and over again.
Okay, roll to hit. Yeah, you hit her again, dealing 9 damage. She's bleeding
Eddie, still no
badly.
reaction?
Nope, she's not even reacting either.
Stop! What are you doing?
Yeah, I go, hell, what are you doing?
Yeah, you see she is unconscious now.
I just start going a little bit crazy. I just start screaming, just like, let me out of here. I want nothing to do with this. And I charge at the man.
Okay. Roll to hit. He's still
Sounds good,
standing. You can actually roll with an advantage. He's not even looking at you. Yeah, you miss. Well, actually, miss would be incorrect. It's more like your weapon passes right through him.
I try and just run out of the room, like just screaming.
Yeah, I mean, you can clearly see that he's solid, but when you swing your weapon on him, nothing happens. You don't, not even the clothes get, you don't get any reaction.
My guy, Bruugan's starting to freak out a little bit. He turns over to, because Sevens is on the bed, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Turns to Sevens, he's like, what should we do? We cut these things off our arms, and he's gonna raise his arm up to, like, his blade that's still, like, held around the girl.
Nope. Stop. We just need to
yeah.
do as he says.
Well, it's fine. He's like, it's fine. He turns around, looking at Hale and you guys, without even noticing what happened. He's not even paying attention to the girl. He don't care. He just picks Hale up. You're allowed to do an athletic or an acrobatic to see if you can dodge it.
Who's doing what? Sorry.
Here, he's picking him up
Oh, okay.
without moving, so he's using his shadow thing. Yeah, he picks you up easily.
User joined your channel.
Places you on the other side of the room again, so you're just floating to the other side of the room, unable to move or do anything. And he places you down again, and you can move again.
Alright, I just try and run out of the room again.
Yeah. So you're trying the door, but it's not
Yeah,
opening.
I'll try and like run through the door.
Yeah, nothing is happening.
Alright,
You can, however,
I
see a
just-
strange shadow across the door.
I just collapse into the fetal position and just start sobbing.
Oh, he's like, he's thinking a little bit, and he's like, okay, guys, how about this? I will give you 3 options. You can die. I have all the time in the world to wait for someone else. You can do what I want, and you will get some gold. And once again, he waves his hand, and the gold appears behind him. And then he waves his hand again. Or I can take you wherever you want. Once I'm free.
Once you're free, are you entrapped? Are you imprisoned?
He said he was
Yes.
chained.
I'm chained to this island.
Look, I don't know not what to call you, but if we do this thing for you, I would simply ask that we be allowed to leave and return to the task we were given with our lives. Would that be possible?
Huh. He thinks for a moment. It would depend on you. This island is not very safe.
Well,
While they're
see
talking,
an alternative.
I let go of the girl and start trying to give her like medical.
You can do a medicine check. Yeah, you fail. And he's like, oh, when you're doing that, he actually noticed the girl. And he lifts, without moving again, he lifts her up. Have her float in front of him. And you can see him touch the girl, and she's healed. She don't have a single cut on her, or anything. And she seems to not have reacted at all to the fact that you guys pretty much beat the living crap out of her.
You guy, I had no part of this.
Yeah, I just held her. It's kind of like, well, Bruugan's feeling like he's like responsible too now because, like, he didn't intend for Hale to start smacking her in the face, but he was holding on to her at the time.
Well, he looks at you guys and say, it depends on if you survive or not. The people that live on this island are not very useful. You can do a perception check, by the way, on the girl if you want to. Yeah, Seven's noticed that she actually have the mark on her also.
Oh, I'd just say it's probably. Actually, I wouldn't say anything because he already has control of her. I'd just be like, well then, I don't see that we have an alternative. We will try and find this tablet for you. Do you know where it might be?
Nope.
And
I
we
know
end
it's
on that
somewhere.
note.
I am bound to this small area of this island. I can
So
travel.
it's likely on the island.
I can travel to a few places here and there on this island, but there's large parts of it where I can't move.
User left your channel.
Do you have a map of this island?
No. Well, I know it in my head. I don't. Maybe the villagers have one.
If I returned here with a map, would you be able to draw the boundaries of where you are able to go?
Yes. Most likely.
Then I believe that should be our first action. I will attempt to speak with these villagers. Where might we find them?
The girl will take you to them.
Okay. Then I guess I'd like stand up, just like really like rigidly, like non-fluid motions and stuff. Clearly very, very tense and very stressed by everything that's going on, and just kind of motion awkwardly towards the door. We will do this thing for you.
What
30 minutes to my other game.
he say?
Yeah, I was just going to finish off and say, on the condition that we are allowed to leave, I would ask to be gone from this place.
Yes, I can give you either the gold or allow you to go anywhere.
Then I will leave when this task is complete.
That's fine. What do you other people want?
I do not seek gold. I seek adventure. I will also leave.
Okay. Well, I will give you guys a moment to think about it. Anyway, the girl will take you to where you need to go. And he, what looks like instantly, moves up to you and touches you. And you are cured of any wounds you had.
Would you say that it incited a long rest at all, or?
Yeah, you're completely healed. You're not tired. You're not anything. He did the same thing as that he did with the girl, pretty much, except
cool.
he didn't pick you up. But the thing that you noticed out of place is the ability for him to pretty much move instantly across the room.
Well, like I said, I gotta go get ready for campaign. So
Yeah, we can stop here. Maybe if Drassi returns, maybe you will find him on the way. He's not in the room with you.
sounds good. Thanks
Yeah.
for having me join the campaign and such, and then hopefully you're liking it. I the DM style's working and everything. Any issue? Way you're running things.
Yeah, hopefully. I just hope you guys enjoyed it, and want to apologize for my bad DMing. And I hope to see you guys next week.
Yeah, no, that was a lot of fun. Kind of unfortunate that I can't continue.
It's fine. Well, thank you for joining.
Yeah, thanks for filling in, Counselor.
Yeah,
that was
cheers.
good fun. Good fun.
All right, I will see you guys around. I'm going to be playing Throne of Desolation 12 p.m. So,
Yeah, and
I'll
I
be
will give
streaming
you
that.
Enjoy
experience
yourself.
in the thread later.